All right, welcome. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Backlog Benchmark. It's been a while. It's been a whole week. Um, I don't know if you missed me, but I sure missed you guys. I miss doing this. So without further ado, without any explanation as to why I was gone for a whole week, let's just get back into it. And like for episode 50, we had this episode lineup that's special because I mentioned it in the prior episode, right? For episode 50 to 100 and probably more, right? But at least for those episodes, I'm gonna try my best to focus on defining some categories, at least if not all of the categories that I know or whatever. I'm gonna try to, for most category, that the type of game that I play most of the time, that comes up most often, we're gonna try to define, to refine our way of explaining what this game is. Because what are we doing here at the Backlog Benchmark, right? We sit here for a few hours, we try to figure out what are those games and are they any good? Like, or should we play them or should we leave them in our backlog forever, right? um and the whole idea of a backlog is to have like some kind of something to compare it to, right? You need a model, you need something to be like, okay, this is like this, or this is like that, or this is like another thing, right? And that's what I'm trying to say here. It's like we're gonna try to our best to define that throughout episode 50 to 100, and probably, for a while after that. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but of course we're gonna try also to keep on doing random stuff and bring the latest thing. For instance, today I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to make one thing works. I don't think it's gonna work. I have no idea how to make it work, but there's this thing called Destiny. I don't know if you ever heard of that game, but Destiny 2, and there's Destiny Rising. And for some reason, see Destiny Rising here, this game can be played on this PC, and there's no reason for it, because when I click on it, it gives me a bunch of blah blah reason for like what to do and how it like, but it's not my drivers. My drivers are up to date. I even reinstall Adrenaline for AMD stuff today. I try my best to figure out, there's got to be a way to optimize maybe my drivers or my GPU in some ways that might fix it. I just don't know. I'm not savvy enough. I'm going to try to do more research because I really would like to play Destiny Rising and maybe some other cool stuff on Android. So if you have any suggestion, as always, if I get anything wrong during the show, right? If any of the rating, any of the classification, anything, or if you want to see any game, like anything that's hot that you see in the news or whatever, and you're like, hey, I would like to have a look on this. You should have a look on this too. Let me know, please. Leave a comment on Rumble or YouTube, or if you're watching me live on Twitch, in the chat, just tell me, give me all the feedback. There's nothing that I'm seeking more than liking more than you telling me what you want to see and what I get wrong, right? Because it's all about figuring out what are those games and are they worth playing. And it's not just about just one dude doing that. Like at some point it's going to be a community, and I'm going to thrive on your feedback and work with your feedback to build a show, right? So anyway, all that to say, tonight we have, like I said, a special of episode 50 with some basic benchmark, some basic, like, we're gonna compare other games to this in the future. In this case, Terraria / Valheim, you could say, even like / 7 Days to Die, because those games are very, very popular. Stardew Valley is also kind of a benchmark in some sense. I compare other games already to Stardew Valley, so we're gonna try to give a second chance to that game today. I think Necesse, all of the other games are Terraria, but Stardew Valley might be a different type of game, even though it's somewhat of a survival crafting game. But yeah. Oh yeah. About Android emulator. Yeah. I'm trying to play Destiny Rising. It's a game coming up like tomorrow, right? Destiny 2, Destiny 1, Destiny Rising. It's the new IP, but it's only on phone. And right now well, it it's not even showing me the thing it was showing me a second ago. Are you shitting me? Um, but yeah, it was basically appearing here and letting me know that for some reason I cannot play this on this computer, which is very unfortunate because I've reinstalled, and the reason that they give me is like your driver are not up to date, or like I don't know. There was like two or three reason, but like I checked all of them. Like so, I try to give them feedback. I look on forums. I look on YouTube a bunch. I try to figure out like. I even asked Grok at some point, hey Grok, can you help me try to update or optimize my GPU, my my drivers. There's something wrong with my PC, with my setups, and I just want to play the new games that's coming up tomorrow called Destiny Rising. Can you help me? Grok, uh, Brave AI, nothing. Nobody can help me. There's no video I can find. I can find old fix for an old issues that I never experienced, but like an old issue people had with, but it's almost like only apply to people on Windows 11. It's like the you remember last week or something you warned me about like a problem. It was all over Twitter and YouTube. Like people will was warning everybody about this new Windows update that was like damaging SSD. Turn out it's mostly Windows 11, almost exclusively Windows 11. So I'm safe, and I don't think I have the update on my PC anyway. But I was like super worried for a second. I was like, I don't want that fucking update. I have one SSD. I don't have anything else. I don't want to break it and lose it. But yeah, apparently it's the same for this. The problem that I found today, looking this up, it was only exclusively for Windows 11, and I haven't found anybody who can help me fix the problem that I have with Destiny Rising. And now when I search for it, it's weird because all day it was working, and now it's not even like telling me that it's not available on my PC. I don't know why. I'm expecting it to be fixed, okay? I don't know when. And I don't know if I'm wrong. I could be very wrong, but I'm hoping it's gonna get fixed because it's such a huge title. It's so big. There's no way. There's not a lot of people out there trying to do the same thing, trying the Google Play Games beta, or I heard like people are using some emulators to actually achieve that. So I might look into that. Like I'm really I want to play the game so bad. I'm thinking about using an emulator if I have to, but I would like it to work with Google Play Beta. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, there might be something, and for what you're mentioning, it might be a hardware acceleration or something like there. I don't remember. Virtualization, or I don't know. There was like a weird long word that sounded fancy the other day. I had to go in my BIOS to enable it, and even in my BIOS, it was like super hidden, and I had to like look for the exact acronym and figure out, okay, this is like SS something, like a bunch of letters, right? I was like, okay, this is the one. Turn that on, enable, yes, save, yes, exit, reboot. Okay, now I go back and check, and then boom, suddenly I can play with the Android thing on my PC. But that one game I really want to play, apparently we're not allowed to, so that's kind of sad. Our chipset, yeah, that's exactly what I did today. I did reinstall AMD, and in the no, not this AMD Adrenaline. And one of the thing, like I could update manually myself, was specifically that, the chipset something, and I was like, yeah, update everything, update. I just want, like, please play my fucking game. But yeah, it's not gonna happen. Anyway, guys, let's try to focus on my 5 games here, right? It's my task, it's my job. Also, that's the thing I wanted to mention at the beginning of the show, right? We're still in the intro technically. I took like a whole week off, right? I might, without taking another week off, right? I might not do stream each and every day. Like I will. I love recording this. I love doing that, and I kind of want to do that all the time, every day. But I can't. Like, at some point, I need to be reasonable. I need to focus on my life and try to look for an actual job, like a real job that pays money, right? Because, like, not eating and not living well for like the end of the week, the end of the month, for like a week or two, that's hell. I don't want to go through that again. So all that to say that I might slow down the pace with the backlog benchmark a little. So you guys are warned. Like, we skip a whole week. I don't think I'm gonna skip weeks at a time, because like that's kind of a bit too much. I don't want to make my stream like a weekly thing, because that's kind of like uninteresting both for me and I think for the viewers. Like, the whole premise is like, we want to get through the backlog and we want to get through it. So if we spend like one episode a week, it's gonna take forever. It's gonna take 10 years. We can't do that. But yeah, that's about it. Yep. So, Terraria-likes, right? Valheim, 7 Days to Die, Necesse, and to a certain extent Stardew Valley are all games about survival crafting games, right? I might finish with something like Valheim or 7 Days to Die, but to get on to things, right? To start somewhere, let's get on with Terraria. Like, I've been on it for like 15 minutes. Not too of a for a back after like a week of not streaming, I only spoke for 10 minutes. Wow, that's not too much. That's actually good. I'm impressed. I was like, I'm gonna spend like a half an hour just blah 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 blah, and then maybe there's gonna be a show at some point. But yeah, Terraria, what is it? Is it any good? All 5 games tonight, I almost know them all without. There's 2 of them that I'm kind of unfamiliar with, which is Necesse and Stardew Valley. But the other games, I've played some of them. Terraria, it's my most played games on Steam. It sits at 2,664 hours officially on Steam. I've played on other platforms. I play on not Game Boy, but 3DS, on Wii U. I mostly played on PC, and I played, I want to say, a good 1,000, almost 2,000 hours offline back in the days in 2011 to 2015 or 16 or whatever. I had no internet. Like, I was updating Terraria by going to my library, and I was playing offline, and the game was not, like, the time I was playing was not being recorded. So it might be more, it might be less. It doesn't really matter. The thing is, Terraria was my life at some point, and I synced way too much time in it. The same way some people are like, Destiny 2 player, or like, the big streamers usually have their games, right? I did stream that a little bit back in the days, but not that much. But I did play that so fucking much. My God, did I play it? And they keep updating it. There's still new content I haven't seen. So, but if I'm being honest, like the last 2 years or whatever, whenever I try to play this game, like reinstall it and play, I get bored super quickly, like instant. We're gonna try to show you, showcase to you guys what it is. Like, you guys don't know, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, maybe you don't know what Minecraft or Terraria is. It's possible, right? It is actually possible. Some people don't know. There's people out there that never played. There's now 4 different ways of creating a characters. There used to be basically 2. At some point, I think they added a third. I don't know if there was always 3. I think there was only 2. It was like classic and hardcore. Although now that I'm thinking about it, I might be wrong. I think the one they added for sure that was not a thing is Journey. Journey is kind of like creative mode, but yeah, it's I would explain that by saying it's creative mode. Basically, if you unlock a block or resources or whatever, like whatever thing you collect in the game, you can now duplicate and make forever. So like, and you can also like study the things and stuff. I remember like getting a tendonite, like getting my wrist fucked because I was like studying all the objects in the game, and there's like so many. That was crazy. But yeah, Journey is kind of a cool concept. It's cool, especially like for a returning player. Like you already played so many times that you don't want to start collecting resources and stuff. You just want to start on building, let's say. It's kind of a cool thing. Otherwise, I've played a shit ton of hardcore where you die. That's it. I kind of want to play that. But for the sake of today's stream, you know, I'm going to create a classic character where if I die, I'm just going to lose some money, basically. Hey, what's up, Cetra? Hope you're doing well. Welcome. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, it's been a while now. Damn, it's been a while. Yeah. And there used to be only red wire. Now you have like at least 3 color of wired, and there might be more, I don't know. But yeah, they added like green, blue or yellow, blue or something. But you had the green at the red originally. So whenever you could see the wire, like if you carried a trap with you, you could see the wire. And if you see wired, usually it meant that there was a trap somewhere around. Character, backlog. All right, so backlog is the basic default. And when we create worlds, small, medium, large, journey. If you play a journey character, you need to play in a journey world. Classic, expert, and now there's a new one called master. Game over, brutally hard for the truly brave. I need to start a new. If I ever play again, I guess I'm gonna play on master. It's gonna be. Sounds like it's gonna be interesting. All right, let's pick. Let's say a medium map, so maybe we can actually see more than one biome if you walk around a little bit. Random. It could be either crimson or corruption. And well, let's go. Colorful. Yeah. Also, you can name it, but now there's this new feature where the game give it like a random name to your world, so you don't have to name your world anymore. It's kind of neat. And also they give you a seed number, so if you want to play the same seed again. So that's a new feature that I don't remember seeing ever. I don't know how long it's been in the game, but that's super neat. I like that. Color for Nooch. Backlog, benchmark. So I'm going to play in the world that's called benchmark. Create. Let's go. Feels like 2011. Dang. Yeah, I remember back in my days when I first played a game, whenever you travel left or right horizontally, if there was like a denivellation and the layout, right? If you go around and there's like a little mountain, a little elevation downwards or upwards, it was not a slope, it was a bunch of blocks, and it would like completely block and stop your momentum. So you had to always jump all the time to just travel Something very simple, like what should be just a slope we could just run up now. But and also there was no slope. There was only blocks. And eventually they added slope and all of that shit, but at first there was none of it. Back in my days. All right, let's go. Let's go. I can talk all night about that. Because, to be fair, Terraria and Valheim are literally some of my favorite games of all time. I played so much of that. Also, because of console, they added this automatic thing that I actually kind of like. Like, you don't need to aim anymore. You can just have this, like, thing that, like, basically auto-target for you. And always hit at the right place. It's a bit more tricky when you dig, I want to say. But overall, it's a very cool addition to the game. The music, man, the music. It's like when I started Fortnite the other day. There's a nostalgia to it. Okay, and the plan is, right, you want to make a house ASAP at a starting point. I don't remember exactly. Okay, we see it on the map actually. It's about here, I guess. Okay. Let's keep on cutting the trees to get more wood and also to liberate the space. I'm gonna try to make a house here real quick. So we can respawn and have some protection at night or whatever will come back. On hardcore, you truly need to do that, like, for real ASAP, because your life depends on it. You don't want to die ever. But right now we're playing the, normal game, so if we die, it doesn't really matter. We're just gonna lose a little bit of money, a little bit of change gonna drop on the ground. We can recuperate. And and now we get to the point where we start crafting and surviving. We have a bench, and as soon as you got a workbench, you start doing stuff. Like, I don't know, a wooden chair. I'm gonna need at least 4 of those. I'm gonna make as much background as I can. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Also, that tool I was talking about earlier, that also is a great addition for when you want to build houses. It kind of helped going a bit faster. The way it used to be on PC, it used to be like you have to aim with your mouse directly, right, for each of the things. Which is, you can still do it, like, quite fast. Like, I remember doing that, like, it's not hard. But it's definitely fast doing it with the tool. I like it a lot. Oh yeah, the door automatically opens now. That's the thing back in my days. Right, Cetra? We were talking about back in the days earlier. Back in my days, the door were manually opened by the player. You couldn't open the door automatically. Now it just open and closes. Yeah. What's happening with my monitor here? There you go. Okay. Thank you, Billy, for that. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that bot's name. F it. Alright, let's try to explore it a little bit. And we're gonna try to dig too, because that's all about digging, right? Or if we're lucky, we can maybe find like a cave or something. It goes down, but there's no cave so far. At least not in that direction. But speaking of digging, right? Is it copper or gold? It's copper. Well, there's some copper here. So one of the distinction, like one of the reason why we're doing this episode, right? Terraria-likes, and we try to establish that benchmark as like an example of like what to compare it to in the future. Why Terraria is a model is that there's a lot of survival crafting games out there, right? But this could very well be called Minecraft-like. But I've never played Minecraft. So until I play Minecraft, it's going to be Terraria-likes. But the distinction is that if you played a game like Subnautica, or I was watching this girl this afternoon on YouTube played Stranded Deep. I need to play that again. Stranded Deep. Those games are great, and they're kind of realistic first-person view survival crafting game. There's like the Forest, I think, is also one of the popular ones. 7 Days to Die we have tonight, but it's a bit different, this one. But those games I just mentioned before, 7 Days to Die, those games, you don't change the layout. You don't terraform the land. In Terraria and Minecraft, you don't just collect resources. You change the world completely. Like the whole world is yours to demolish or build or, you know, take advantage of and extract the resources. And like, it's not limited to like spots somewhere in the map where you collect resources from. It's actual, like, the whole world is your resource, and you can sculpt it and mold it to your liking. But also you kind of need to do that to survive also. Like, to be able to explore some area, you'll have to build like a bridge or something, and without the resources and without the ability to mold the land, you wouldn't be able to do that. But in those games, you can do that, which is not a thing you can do in Subnautica. In Subnautica, did you know, that's also a thing in this game, there's no pause. There used to be a pause. Now, even if you press settings, I think if you press settings like that, it actually pauses. Yeah, I think I'm paused. But there is no pause anymore. But yeah, and Subnautica, did you know that in Subnautica, initially they wanted to add a terraforming tool? But they were like, yeah, that's going to change the game completely, and it's not going to be as fun as if it's like an actual sculpted world and you always like live in. So they opted out to like take that tool away. But apparently, if you download one of the earlier version of Subnautica, you can play Subnautica with a tool that allow you to like make a hole in the ground and just like dig through and make your own cavern. So that sounds pretty cool, but I'm kind of glad they didn't opt for that model. But yeah, that's what I was trying to say here, is that those game here, Terraria specifically, is oh yeah, auto pose. Thank you. Yes, that's the thing. Auto save, auto pose. Auto pose, maybe if auto pose is like, there you go. When I pause, it auto pause. Okay, I think it used to be like that by default, but they added the option of having real-time menu. And since they did that, I didn't realize that the option was there, or I don't know, it's been too long. But thank you for telling me, Cetra. Thank you. Tech Hit, Minecraft. But yeah, like the point I'm trying to make is that, you know, why Terraria-like, and why is it like its own category? It's because like there is a bunch of Terraria, there's a bunch of survival crafting games out there, but not all games let you terraform the lands like Minecraft or Terraria. So that's why I think that, you know, the game is like special, and I use it as a model, as a reference. So that's why Valheim, even though Valheim is kind of limited, right? You cannot like just dig a hole in Valheim. Like there's a limit of like how much you can dig. and how much you can make like a hole, but you can still terraform the land in Valheim, so I still include it in that kind of game. 7 days to dies, I don't know how much you can dig, but you can definitely make hole and change the land in 7 days to dies. Oh, wait, do I have... I need a torch. Okay, very important. We need torches. There you go. Well. Whee! And sometimes you never come back from those trips, but at the same time, it's always interesting. So, we found ourselves a little cave. I'm like the Bob Ross of Terraria. Here's a nice little cave. Ooh, money. That's also a feature that they added over time, like the little loots a little bit everywhere. I'm kind of like worried to find a trap, but at the same time I shouldn't be too worried because I'm not playing hard mode. I'm truly used to, like, my reflexes when I play Terraria is like, I'm gonna die and I'm gonna lose everything. So I'm kind of like always scared, but there's no reason to be scared right now. I think if I die, I even keep my inventory. Like, the only thing I lose is like a little bit of, like, half my money, I think. Here, speaking of traps, and now if I pick the trap up, wait, does it work, or are you serious? Oh, that's a new thing, I guess. No, okay, I had to select it like that. I cannot just like pick it up in my menu. I need to have it at my toolbar, and then I can see the red wire we were talking about earlier, and you can see like the switch being connected to the wire. Right now we couldn't connect the wire because we need the wire cutter, and the wire cutter, if I recall correctly, is at the dungeon, right? Ooh, there's some light down there. Oh, I thought it was like some mushrooms, but nope. It's a Medusa. Little jellyfish. Oh, that music, man. That reminds me of so many adventures. What is this? Ooh, so we are in corruption. We are in a corrupted world. This is like the good old world, good old corruption before they added like the update where they added basically a sort of like second skin to the game where every ore, like gold and silver, now have like tungsten and platinum or whatever as an equivalent, and like everything has like a double, and you have like the corruption that's also crimson, and instead of being purple blue, it's purple red. So pretty cool that we have the original altar. But yeah, I don't know how long I want to play this to show you guys what it is. I feel like I haven't showcased much of like building or anything. It's kind of weird playing games that I've already know on the show, right? Because I want to play games that I don't know what they are, and once we know what they are, we kind of stop playing usually. This one, you start with like, I know what this is. And I know that it's good. I spent 2,000 hours on it. At least in my humble opinion, it's kind of decent, right? So it's like, it's kind of like doing the show in reverse in a sense. Oh, I don't have any torches anymore. And I don't have that much gel. So, I almost like need to die at this point to go back home. I don't know how. Oh man. I mean, I should know. Oh, there's rope. We can use some rope. I can make also some sort of there's no background here though, so I'm gonna use the rope for sure here. Wow, I didn't have that much rope. Huh? This disappointment. I have one torch. Damn it. Well, like I said, there's also the possibility of just like, you know, drawing my character or something so I can respawn at the... Oh wait, I have more rope. We got more rope. More rope to hang you with. I don't think 38 rope's gonna be enough. Also that stone, I thought it was, for a second, I thought it could be something interesting. One way I can climb back up is the good old-fashioned of, you know, making a dirt bridge. I have a little bit of dirt, not much, but a little bit. Yep, there we go. There we go. I'm not completely... You know, I've played this game before. Oh, oh. I thought it was a home or something. Could have been cool. Oh! Oh, that was clutch. Wood? Do I have something else I can use? I don't want to use the rock. We kind of need the rock. Can get more wood. Can get more wood at the surface. But yeah, that's the game, what it's all about, right? You go into an adventure, you find a cave or whatever, you might just go left to right, whatever. Go in a different biome, but like, you go on an adventure, you collect resources, and eventually you go back home and use that to craft stuff. If we can just figure out where we come from. Follow the light. Uh-oh, zombies, I hear zombies. We're gonna get killed by a zombie. Oh, with the background, see, it's way easier to craft. Oh shit. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Can we go back home? Hey. Almost. And I hear the music from the desert. There must be some, either a desert or at least some sand on the right there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's actually not good. We're gonna let him jump in the water. Hopefully we fooled him and we're safe. And we're gonna protect ourselves like that. Hope we can... There we go. There we go. And woo! Alright. I don't think the house is that far. Hopefully. Ooh, stars. It's been so long. It's crazy. Modded Minecraft if you want. Oh, the techie Minecraft you were saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need to start playing modded games. Oh shit. Don't tell me I don't have... Oh no. I don't have a light? Oh, that's miserable. Oh, it feels so bad. I'm not gonna get any gel right now in the middle of the night. I don't care if I die. Do I get some torches? Yes. Okay, I was correct in assuming that the zombie with torches would give me torches. Oh, that's sweet. Damn, 16? Whoa, jackpot. Here we go. Got light. Got an actual house. I don't remember here. See, housing. This is your house, bro. This is his house. So this is Terraria. When you get back home like that, at some point, do I have enough to make a... You make a furnace, right? What's happening? Oh, I think it's the setting. Auto pause, right? Because now... Oh... It's probably why I don't want it. Okay. That's better. But yeah, like, once you back with some stuff, you can, you know, craft a furnace and then get some iron bar here. Cool, cool. What else? We got some gold. With the iron, we can make an iron anvil, and now we can craft armor, but we don't have anything to craft because we don't have enough resources, but you get the idea, right? Now we have also, we can make like arrows because we didn't have stone before. So we have arrows, and can we make a bow? Oh, I used all my wood to make arrows. Oh, I'm stupid. Anyways, I could play this for hours, guys, and honestly, either you already know what Terraria is, or by the time, you know, I feel like you had a little glimpse of what it is, right? I feel like it's not the best presentation I could have ever made of the game. Maybe if I had like some preparation or something, it would have been better. But at the same time, you know, that's like the experience that the player would start the game, create a character, create a world, get into the game, explore a little bit, come back home, craft stuff, go back in another adventure at the end of the night if this, you survive, you know, the zombies apocalypse during the night, and you know, do that loop all over and again, and just build stuff, create your little house, make your little tool, your little, you know, armors and weapons and stuff, and go back and it's that loop. So what is Terraria, right? Where is my... I was not prepared. It's been a... I was thinking about saying that at the beginning of the show, right? I'm gonna be rusty today. I'm gonna probably take a bit more time. It's gonna be more 3 hours than 2 hour show, right? So Terraria, that's the game we actually started with. Nice. Okay, so tick line, gray. Make sure I put it up here because we have the camera on OBS. What it looks like. Looks fine. So yeah, Terraria. I'm expecting 5-star, right? Because that's my opinion of the game. I think that's not just my opinion. I think objectively the game is incredible. It's great. It's just legit been polished and improved for like over 10-15 years now. It's crazy how long. 2011, I think you were mentioning, Citrus. I don't know if that's the year the game came out. It's more likely something like that, if it's not even like earlier than that, but it's about that time. The game has been out for so long. It's one of the first game I've ever had on PC, on Steam, and it's literally my most played game to life, I think, besides maybe some obscure titles on Nintendo like Super Metroid or Metroid Prime or whatever. There's some games that I might have synced. Well, I don't think I've synced that amount of hours in Metroid or Zelda. No matter how many times I play Ocarina of Time or Zelda 1 or Link to the Past Randomizer or whatever, I don't think I've played that many Zelda or Metroid that would equivalent to the amount of hours I spend in Terraria. It's just insane. Like, it's crazy. Personally, obviously, right? What happened with that line? I talk about the line, I selected the line, all of the things, but I never put the line. There you go. Episode 50 today. Obviously, we're gonna add the little heart here as like, yes, we do Whoops, what did I do? Copy, paste. What am I not doing? Am I not copying? I guess I'm not copying at first. Okay. 5 stars. I think objectively, like I said, I don't think it's just my opinion. I think the game has been. Is it overwhelmingly positive? I'm curious. It is still to this day overwhelmingly positive. I think that says something about the game. And yes, we were talking about 2011. That's crazy. Crazy. If you haven't played Terraria, guys, I guess you can say I recommend it. For real. In a sense, I don't recommend it because you might like lose part of your life. It's like Civilization, right? I've showcased Civilization 6 or 7, whatever which one we played on stream the other day. I played a little bit right after the stream, and I still haven't touched it since. Oh my god, they added golf. I forgot about the fact that they added golf in the game. I wanted golf for so long, and they finally added golf, and I haven't played the update. What's wrong with me? If I ever play Terraria again, it's going to be for that reason alone, not the fishing update, because the fishing update was pretty dope. Really fucking cool. I did the whole quest of like 100 some fishing quests. It's insane. But the golf, there's golf now. But yeah, overwhelmingly positive, guys. 2011. What else is there to say? Go out, go play it. And also, like, how much is it? It's like $5 or some shit. Oh wow, it's like $12 Canadian. Well, the economy, huh? About that economy, guys. What the fuck happened with the price? I mean, to be fair, they added a lot of content in like 15 years of updates. So it's definitely worth the price. But it always kind of used to be like $5 or some shit. Like, I think I paid $2 for this. I don't know. It's just funny. There's also like a sign of times, like, we live in a world now, economy is bad, guys. It's pretty bad. Alright, I need to finish that thing if we want to move on, right? Survival crafting, like Terraria. And like I said at the beginning of the show, from episode 50 to 100 and possibly more, we're going to try to focus as much as possible with keeping it random, keeping, you know, fresh game and like the requests from the viewers and stuff. Try to play the latest games like Destiny Rising, if we can fucking play that for some reason, install the thing that make it possible to play on PC. But we're going to try to focus on establishing those benchmark, right? Those games that are like this, like that. Like, we compare Stardew Valley right now to Harvest Moon, but sometimes I compare other games to Stardew Valley. I even think that Stardew Valley might be no, I thought it was an option in my system here, but no, it's not. I think it's Harvest Moon. Because I thought I was like, well, for me it's Harvest Moon, right? For the old people like me, there used to be that game called Harvest Moon. But yeah, survival Terraria. We're gonna, like I said, in the episode 50 to 100, we're gonna focus on explaining and establishing what are those. So we're gonna, like, maybe episode 53, 54, whatever, at some point, we're going to do another episode, like it's going to be like Gradius-like, and it's going to be feature Gradius, right? Because if you want to talk about Gradius-like and shmups and put all the shmup in that category of Gradius-like or non-Gradius-like, because like there's also shmup that are like arcade shmup, where it's all about making points, so it's going to be like a Galaga. So we're going to make an episode about Galaga and an episode about Gradius. And then whenever we talk about Terraria, we're going to be able to be like, well, you can go check episode 50 and have an idea of what Terraria looks like, right? I feel like I haven't done the best of job after like returning for a week off of no stream, doing this one episode today. But we're going to try to wrap it up the best we can with those 5 games, right? And it's a special episode for me, right? It's episode 50, right? It's kind of a milestone. Sorry, my throat is super dry right now. And not only it's a milestone, episode 50, but it's also games that are really near and dear to me, right? It's some of my favorite game of all time. Valheim and Terraria, for real. Like, if you ask me what's your favorite game, I cannot tell you what's my favorite game. But if you ask me, is it Valheim? I'll be like, maybe, yeah. Yeah, I guess, yeah. It's definitely one of them. It's definitely up there. There's not that many games that will beat my top 5 or top 10 or whatever of like, even if like you confound all the games that I've ever played in my life, which there's a lot. So that's why to me it's really hard to pick one. It's like, what are you talking about? There's like hundreds and thousands of games out there. How can I pick one? That's stupid. There's so many types of games also. So like picking one is hard. But Valheim, Terraria, we're kind of getting there. There is controller support. The question is property controller support. All right, without anything, I'm gonna try unplugging my Stadia controller like I do with all the games we ever played. And I'm gonna try to see if it has, full controller support. I'm assuming it does. I might need the Steam inputs, but I know I played this with a controller on Nintendo. I don't think I've tested that anywhere else. On Stadia. Stadia technically used a Stadia controller. Oh! It's not working. It is not working. No. It needs Stadia. Oh, wow. I was not expecting that, to be honest. Controller. Enable the Steam inputs. Happy little accident. How long have I taken to read your comment to lose the context like that? Jeez. Okay, now controller works, and it seems to work really well. Yeah, the Bob Ross saying when I was talking about like I'm the Bob Ross of like the cute little yeah, the cute little mistake, like the cute little torches here and there. All right, let's get back to the benchmark here. We're gonna in the first hour, sometimes that happens, right? The first hour is dedicated to one game and the intro and a lot of blah blah. That happens. Well, weirdly enough, it doesn't have full controller support. It has only Steam partial controller support. The Steam inputs are required here. We are August. August what? 27th. Oh, geez. As time go by, it's crazy. 27. Copy. 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 I guess because I didn't put that in here, if I put format only. Wait, no. I just want to change the format actually. There we go. Because it was already formatted to white, but I pasted black, and then when I pasted here without formatting, that's why it appears white. Anyway, I don't know why I'm explaining that. This is not necessary. Also, usually the games are new, right? Usually when we showcase games on the benchmark, at least of the 5 games, most of them are new. I would consider Necesse new, even though I might have put like an hour or 2 on it. I still consider it new. It's such a complicated games, right? Like a Terraria, Minecraft, like those games are not easy. They're not simple. There's a lot to learn, a lot to, you know, try out. Like you're gonna get resources and you won't know how to craft them, how to use them, which benchmarks and what's the recipe and all of that. Like there's a lot of to get into it when you get into those games at first. So when I tried to play Necesse, I remember kind of liking it, but I was not really liking it that much, and I didn't play enough to get into it. And I started playing other bunch of other games, so like I just lost track, which is something that happen often. Also, Terraria, I used to have it finished completely, okay? And I'm gonna put it at finished completely. And yes, yes, I know. If I go right now on my Steam, it says that there is a bunch of new achievements, at least 20 achievements. There's one I got for some reason at some point when I logged in or something, I don't know. But like I don't remember working on trying to grind those achievements. But all that to say, like I know they added stuff, they added content, but the nature of those games is such as a long time ago, guys, in 2017, 18, 19, I don't remember when. It's not on my YouTube anymore, but I used to do a thing called Stupid Steam Cell Show, and because of the name Stupid, it had like it caused me problem of visibility on YouTube and Twitch, so I cannot use the name Stupid Steam Cell Show because the world is stupid, apparently, and you cannot use the word stupid because it's just blacklisted or whatever. Like it doesn't appear well in the algorithm or something, and I got told that it's not a good thing. So I was like, well, it might not be the only reason, but it's a good reason to get rid of those videos. All that to say, I used to have videos, a whole playthrough of Terraria, me beating Terraria, getting all of the achievement. It took me like 180 hours or either 118 or 180. I don't remember which one. I think it's more 180 hours. It was more like 18 or 21 episode. It was like a crazy long series. Like back when I, like I said, used to do Stupid Steam Cell Show, it was episode 160 or 100 and not true. I stopped 160, so it's I don't know. It's anyway, doesn't matter, right? One of the episode was Terraria, and I did play it enough extensively to the point where I completed the whole fishing quest line and everything. I got all the achievement that existed on Steam at that time. So for me, in my heart, I beat it. And I'll beat it again. And right now there's more content. Cool. I'll 100% it again. But I did 100% it in the past. Same for Valheim. Valheim right now had a bunch of new patch, and the new patches added 2 new biomes and 2 new bosses, since I used to play the game a lot and even speedrun the game. So not only I was streaming it, but I was eventually speedrunning it, and I still have like some of my times on speedrun.com. But back in the days, I beat the game completely, 100%. I did everything there was to do in the game. I collected every single item there was in the game, to the point where I had like a spreadsheet where I had like all of the codes, so I could like go in the game and open the menu and give myself whatever item and build whatever shit I wanted to build, or like make like enemies spawn and shit. I could like play in god mode, like in like dev modes or whatever it's called. Like I could do whatever I wanted in the game. I completely done everything. But now they added, like I said, a bunch of updates, and now there's 2 more biomes. But at the beginning of the game, the year 2025, I beat the game. I reinstalled Valheim. I beat the new content, both biomes. I didn't collect all of the items. I didn't craft all of the weapons, all of the armor. So technically I haven't 100% the new content, but I did 100% the old content at some point. So in my book, I'll set Valheim as 100%. Stardew Valley, it's kind of still new. I don't know. I have like an hour or two once again in that game, like Necesse. I'm gonna consider them new, but at the end of the show today, we can definitely say that we've played them briefly. Although, in the case of those games, we could already said that we played them briefly. 7 Days to Die, it's kind of a mix in between. I haven't played them briefly, extensively. In the case of 7 Days to Die, I'm not sure it's correct to say that I've played the game extensively, because I've played it a lot, but there's a lot of content and there's a lot of it that I haven't seen, that I haven't explored, experienced for myself. How much time do I have? I think actually that's going to be the next one we're going to check out. 7 Days to Die is here. I have like almost 60 hours. I try to play at least once or twice with a friend who like really liked that game. It's like one of his favorite game, I guess. And because of that, I was like really incentivized to like, get interested by the game and try to get into it. But I don't know. I didn't like it. There was like, it was really hard, and I felt like it was a torture. Like everything was like way too hard. Like surviving in the game was not fun. It was just like hell. It was just like, why am I doing this? It's like worse than a job. It's like, this is torture. It's not fun. I don't understand it. Like I don't understand what's fun in this. But like it's probably just because I was bad at the game. I didn't like get into it enough to get good and be able to survive properly, and stuff. But all that to say that even though I have 60 hours, I don't feel like I've played much or enough of it to say that I've played extensively. But after 60 hours, you can kind of say that you've played a lot, right? You've played more than briefly. I think that's fair. Now, most game tonight will be looting games and will be evolving games where it's not it's not like a bunch of levels that you go through a bunch of stages and then when you're finished there's a conclusion, the end, credit rolls, and GG, you can play it again. Difficulty settings, nah. I mean, you could have difficulty settings, but you know what I mean. Like the game itself, the framework, the structure, it's not going to be what is it called in my system? Sequential. It's not going to be a sequential game. It's not going to be. It's sort of emergent in the sense that yeah, you are free to roam around and do it which way you want to do it, right? But it's not going to be like emergent strictly speaking, and it's even though you're going to play it more than once, and the game is literally made to create a different world, a different map each time you play. It's not necessarily meant to be like strictly play over and over again like a sports game or other games that usually are being put in that category called iterational. It's truly that specific category that I call evolving, where the world will evolve over time. There's a night and day cycle. If you dig a hole, there's a hole now in the ground, right? There was not a hole and if you use the same seed and create another map with the same seed, the hole's not going to be there. The hole is only there because you created a hole, right? So like you can the landscape evolve. If you cut a tree or you plant a tree, the tree's going to grow, or now the tree is cut, or you know what I mean. Like, so that's evolving, and most of the games tonight are going to be that way, except 7 Days to Die. Most of them are third person. I don't suggest Tarkov. It's hard to get into and it takes long to get good. Yeah, and those games like Destiny 2, Tarkov, any kind of like live service games, it's like one of those games that ask you to play and do your dailies and eventually either invest your time or your money or both. And it's like you cannot pick too many of those. Like you need to pick one or two. Also, if you play games like I'm playing right now or like I'm describing, the Valheim types, those games are not like a Destiny 2 or Tarkov where it's iterational, right? It's like a sport. It's meant to be played over and over again, keep you in a loop, keep you online, right? This, though, is kind of in the same nature, so to speak, as opposed to like what we usually call an emergent or sequential game where there's a beginning and there's an end. When we talk about iterational and evolving, there's no beginning, there's no end. It's always a fucking loop. It's always a game that repeats itself or that you have to play again and over and over. And like, you know, you launch on a map and you play that map and you can relaunch that same map or stuff like that. Like it's meant to. So it's the big difference in structure. Um, Also, a big thing with those games, it's most of them are either meant to be played or at least give you the ability to play with friends. Like Subnautica is a good example of like a surviving game where you're single player. It's you're not playing with your friends unless you use a mod. You're playing alone. You're stuck on this world alone and you have to survive alone. And it's part of the struggle and it's also kind of balanced that way, like the way your resources work and everything. Like if you had multiple players, it would probably unbalance everything. Um, but like a game like Valheim, if you play alone, it feels fucking lonely at times. Like the game is harsh as all hell. But if you play with friends, I think Valheim is a very cool experience. It's kind of like chill. Like I had, I remember vividly a coworker when I was like testing games for a living, like so like somebody who clearly knows what they're talking about when they're talking about video games, telling me to my face, like very seriously, like, oh, Valheim's super easy. I was like, the fuck are you talking about? Valheim is easy. It's one of the most hardcore, harsh, the most fucking challenging game I've ever fucking seen in my entire life, and you're like telling me it's easy? No, bitch, it's not easy. It's like a Mega Man, it's like a Dark Soul, it's fucking hard. What are you talking about? But then he tell me, oh well, I played with my friends and we were like 5 on the server. And I shut up, bitch. You don't know what you're talking about. Like you haven't played Valheim alone. You don't know how hard it can be. You have no idea how hard it can be to get resources and like survive. Like you have no clue because like you played with 5 people. Yeah, 5 people. Yeah, it's gonna be way easier. Like you're gonna manage the mob way easier, even though they are technically scaled up a little bit. It's a completely different experience. So yeah, but yeah, those games are a lot of them are cooperative, except Stardew Valley here on the list. I don't think you can play that with other people. Pretty sure it's a solo game. And in terms of difficulty, I will put balance for Terraria, and that's gonna wrap up things for Terraria. An hour and 12 minutes. Oh my god, the show is never gonna end. Yeah, the new Subnautica 2. There's so much controversy with the new Subnautica 2. At first, there was controversy because of the woke element, and people were very much worried, especially after Below Zero. And you know what? I played Below Zero again this year. Finally played and beat Below Zero for the second time. Not in hardcore, because the first time I played the game, it was hardcore, and it was so hard. But at least I beat it, right? But I didn't get to explore and experience really much of the game because I was just trying to survive. When I played it this year for the second time, I actually took the time to play the game and experience the game, and also it was a like a patched up version. Like it was like a bunch of patches and a bunch of updates that make it like more polished and have more storylines and stuff. And when I played it for the second time, I can tell now why people didn't like Below Zero. It is definitely woke. It is definitely a bunch of political agenda being pushed on you, and I can understand why people didn't like it. Like, one of the main thing that was absolutely fantastic about the first game was the AI in Subnautica. The AI has a voice, right? And it's a British voice, a very sensual woman voice. It's very good voice for an AI. And the second game, your AI companion, it's a fucking Indian. It's fucking Indian accent, and you're like, why are you a DEI hired voice over? What the fuck? Am I calling Bell Canada? Am I calling like the service somewhere at like some kind of big corporation, and I'm talking to some Indian guy instead of talking to the people from my country? Like, what the fuck is this AI? Why did you change that? It was one of the most charming thing about the game, and you screwed up everything for what? Some diversity points? You lost a bunch of players, you lost a bunch of respect, honestly. And you screwed up your product for what? For what? ESG money? I hope it was worth it. Because that ESG money is not going to save you and sell the next game. The next game, I want to buy it, but like a lot of people, I'm kind of like, do I want to play that next game? Because one, like you mentioned, it's going to be multiplayer. It's like, it's kind of losing the charm of like, you need to survive. It's like when they try to add multiplayer to Resident Evil. Bro, it's Resident fucking Evil. It's meant to be played alone. It's not scary if you're with someone. It's only scary if you're alone against the fucking zombies and you're scared to death you're gonna fucking die. If you have your whole family with you, like, you're not isolated, you're not alone, you're not scared, you're not like weak. You're strong. You're a fucking group. You're a gang. You're ganging up on the fucking zombie 2 against 1. Like, no. It's dumb. It's dumb. And like I said, there's also the element of like, they added a bunch of DEI stuff. Like, you didn't need that in Subnautica. The first one didn't really have that. And I don't know. It's sad. It's sad because I love Subnautica. Anyway, I talked too much, guys. We've been at it for an hour and 15 minutes, and we still haven't started the second game. Let's get into the second game. What is 7 Days to Die? Is it good? Well, I think it's kind of decent. Like I said, I didn't like it back in the days. Sometimes when you try to force yourself to like something, it kind of backfire, right? And that game, to me, like I tried to explain to my good friend at the time, Jordan, who I consider my best friend because we were working together like every day, right? So as a coworker, easily becomes your best friend for a time. And when I was trying to explain to Jordan, it's like painful. It's like there's not like everything about the game, the way you try to survive, it seems like it's like hard, it's painful. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, you get wounded in this game, you don't just lose your health, you actually get wounded like as a status, and your status persists for like 17 in-game minutes. Like, and it says like you have broken your arms, and your arm is broken for 17 in-game minutes when you're kind of fucked, like with your character. Like, you cannot attack to whatever, like you're like handicapped, and like, it's like, I don't know, everything like eating or whatever was so harsh. I couldn't get into it. And I kept blaming myself, thinking it's like, it's because I'm dumb, it's because I don't know the game. I haven't played enough. Maybe if I played more, I would, understand the mechanic more. I would know how to manage my resources or whatever. I don't know. I just never got to really enjoy it. All right. Last time I tried to boot the game and I clicked new game, I think it created a character for me. So I think right now I have a character somewhere in the cloud in the ether, right? It doesn't really exist, but there's a character that exists out there. And now I'm like at step 2 where I create the game itself, the map, I think. game name. Um, Benchmark. I don't know if I called my character Backlog, but hopefully I did. And I think there's multiple world, random world. Okay. Okay, that's also the size of the world. It says, okay, Prengen 08K0201 060201, and there's random world, and there's also Naves game. I've no idea what's what, but that's like the default one. Also, there's random world, so maybe we can also just go random world, right? I don't really care. Um, Actually, in fact, I don't think I'm gonna mess with any of the settings just to save some times. I'm just gonna start, let it generate something, and I think we have like a random character. I think it's a woman. I just remember like pressing. I don't even think I click random. I think it just generated a character or a few character, and I selected one. I was like, okay, that looks good enough. And then they were like, okay, now create a map. And I was like, all right, I'm not ready to play right now. I just wanted to say like, I just wanted to see if the game runs on my PC. It looks like it runs. Cool. Give me a second here. I haven't streamed in a week, and for a week, I never had any of my allergy issues. So truly, the allergies, like the fact that my nose get like, you know, itchy, and like I get mucus and all of that, it really is linked to me streaming and talking. And when I talk that much, there's like, air coming in and out or whatever in my sinus. There's something happening that doesn't happen when I'm alone in my room, just smoking joint and playing games, working on my PC like that. There's that one thing that's different, talking. Just like otherwise, I would have had, some allergy issues during the month. Man, it takes some time to generate a map, huh? After French. I gotta say, it's weird, right? How the French accent is annoying to us. I don't know if it's just us because we speak French, French Canadian, and like the French accent is like different, and there's something about it that just get on our nerves for some weird reason. Or if it's like a general thing, but I think it might be a general thing because I know American makes fun of the French accent a lot, but I think that American likes the French accent, the French words enough to, use some of the French words, some French expression just as to make like to sound fancy. So I don't know how much they dislike it like we do. But yeah. So the big difference with 7 Days to Die compared to Terraria or Valheim or other games that I would call Terraria-like is that this one is first-person view. I still put it in the same folder, and the folder probably will have like a little camera to say that it's like games in third person for the most part. But this one game clearly is not third person. I don't know if there is a third person mode. That could be an interesting feature if they have that, or if they would eventually consider adding that. Um, but I personally think that's the best aspect of this game. I love the idea of playing a survival crafting game, first person view. I just feel that I was bad at it. I was really fucking bad at it, and I don't know. It just never clicked with me enough for me to keep playing it. And it's weird because I love surviving crafting games. So, but I mentioned one game like that at the beginning of the show, right? I was talking about Subnautica and stuff like that. And I was watching a streamer this afternoon. I don't remember the name of the girl, but she was playing Stranded Deep. Stranded Deep is kind of cool. It's first person view, And like that, I thought I would like it because it's first person view, but for some reason it didn't click with me either. And I tried it several times. I tried it on Epic Game Store. I tried it on Steam. I think I saw it somewhere else. I don't know. But on Steam, I know I played it at least twice. Oh, yeah. I think I had it on Wii U. I am almost certain it was on Wii U. Stranded Deep. I would have to like look it up to be 100% sure. But yeah, I tried the game multiple times, and for some reason it just never clicked. Random location. Let's spawn somewhere. I keep telling myself one day I will sit down and really try to play this game. And I don't think now is the time, especially that I'm playing Valheim right now. Like in my free time, I try to keep playing various games, but most of my free time I spend on Valheim for real. I'm having an amazing time playing it again, and I'm playing like the hardest level right now, like the hardest difficulty. It's so cool. Um, but yeah, it would be a decent time right now if I was not busy with other games to come back to 7 Days to Die, precisely because the game finally launched. I don't know how many weeks, months ago, but they finally have their 1.0 release. So technically, the game is not early access anymore. This is the game as intended. Search. Ooh. Is there like a button to just take everything? I'm sure there is a. There's gotta be a button. Just okay. So I didn't thought about it, but I had my controller in my hand the whole time I was talking. So there is, it seems, full controller support. I will go check to be sure it's not like automatically linked to the Steam inputs because that does that sometimes. But this game does have controller support. I wouldn't recommend playing with a controller though. Is it shift? Okay, shift. Shift, I can just switch the stuff like that. And like most survival crafting game, you loot stuff, and with all the stuff you loot, you try to craft some tool. And also, oh boy, I don't think we can get the whole tree here. It's gonna take way too long. We need something smaller. Just looking at him punch the rock, it hurts my hand. Like, come on, man, stop that. Don't do it. Okay, this is small enough, I think. Oh, 300, that's still a lot. I mean, I remember you doing that, but I feel like it's not the way to go. It's got to be a way easier way to get wood. Oh, shit. I think that is a good source when you have like, yes, okay, it's 50. If you have a weapon, it goes pretty fast, and it's a good source of wood, for what I remember. So I think we gotta start with that here. Let me get some wood. Man, your knuckles must hurt. Oh my god, it's just a part of it? Oh, fuck me. I thought it was the whole stack. Well, I have 3 planks. 13 planks. Is that wood? No. Is that a rock? Yes, okay. So we can... I don't know if there's like just like branches and shit. It's gotta be branches, right? So, what is it? Survival crafting, right? I said it many times. Is it Terraria-like? And is it good? Well, right now it's giving me a very good impression. If I've never played the game, it was my first time with it right now, I would be impressed. Pick up the chair, sure. And even though it's not my first time with the game, I am still impressed every time I play it. I think it's very good, honestly. Ooh, sniper. What do you do with that? Learn to craft. Ooh. How do I do that? Do I just... Okay, wait. Hmm. There you go. I just learned it, right? Boom, just like that. Okay, what is that? It's a friendly reminder that you pay on time, return as consequence next time. Okay, that's the thing. I think it used to be basically the intro. Like you start the game, they're telling you this. That was like the intro message for what I remember. Garbage. Ooh, money, rock. I keep pressing control instead of shift. It's probably because in Valheim it's control. Something like that. Potato resident. Potato residence. Alright, this one is locked. But yeah, it's all about surviving and crafting and whoa, avoiding the zombies in this case. Oh, this game is good. I need to play this more. God dang. Alright, so there's at least 2 of them in there. And now they're awake. I should probably leave. They're gonna break stuff and get out of there. Start attacking me or something. Oh man. This game has potential for real. I don't know why I'm picking up stuff. I'm picking up everything. I think this guy is pretty tough though. I should probably not mess around with this guy. It gives me a lot of the... it's the Walking Dead. It gives me a Walking Dead vibe. Because it's so realistic, right? It feels like you're in The Walking Dead. Man. And the thing is, like, if you have a pickaxe and stuff, you can actually dig in the ground. And you can build a bunch of stuff. And it's... I would like guys to spend enough time with the game to like show you all this. I don't even know if I'll be able to craft myself a little basic tool. Because I think I need... How do I craft? How do I craft? Okay, I did. I did craft it. It's here. All right, see? I've crafted something. It's a survival crafting game. Stay down. No, you stay the fuck down, bro. Good game. Graphics are better than they were, at least. Okay, I guess it's because last time I played on my old computer. It's probably why I think the graphics are better. Although maybe, you know, version 1 has slightly improved the graphics. But, yeah, this game is looking good compared to what I remember, honestly. It might actually be just because of, like, updates and stuff. I think it's a little bit of that. But yeah, right now I'm playing it, right? And I kind of want to keep playing it and, you know, not stop. And why am I doing this show right now? You know what I mean? So that's a good feeling. That's a good thing. So like when it comes to like how good is it, I think that tells a lot. Like I'm having an amazing time right now. And like I said, I'm playing Valheim, so I'm not going to drop Valheim to play this. But there's a part of me, you know, that kind of want to. This part of me is like, man, what's stopping you from, you know, playing that in between you know, your Valheim session. There's nothing, you know, you can do both. I like to focus on one game at a time. It's just that. Interesting. Paper. Man, this is a really good game though. I said it already once or twice. I'll say it again. I need to sit down one day and actually take the time to play this for real and learn the ropes, how to survive properly. Because like on the 60 hours of game time, I want to say there's at least a good 10, 20, maybe even 30 of the 60. Yeah, there may be like half of that time that I spend with my friend, if not 40 hours. I don't want to say 40 because it sounds exaggerated a bit, but at least a good 20 to 30 hours of that time was with my friend. And he was like super into it, so he knew everything and he was like crafting like stuff like super fast. And I was like, I barely had time to collect a bunch of resources, and he was like already like, okay, come back in. I'm done with the house. We need to seal this and get ready because there's a wave coming. And I was like, what the fuck do you do? No, there's 7 days. No, 7 days to die. It's like each week you get attacked by a bunch of. I was like, oh shit. You know, it's like I never survived long enough to get to that point where you get attacked by a wave after 7 days. But spoiler alert, guys, 7 days to die is because after 7 days, well, you get attacked. And I think it's something like that. Like every 7, 8 days, like there's a raid on your house. So you need to get stronger and get ready and make sure that at least that night you are well prepared to survive the night and get a, you know, do a standoff. But yeah, I think you guys are getting a good idea of what the game is about and what it looks like. And even though I didn't really build anything or craft much, I crafted like a stick to defend myself, and that's it. I think you guys have an idea. And I think we can see how good it is. Like keep in mind, like everything you see, like the walls, right? Everything is stuff that the players can like eventually build. I think. Or if you cannot build like bricks like that, you can at least build like wooden blocks, like blocks made out of wood, and you can like stack them and like build a house, an actual house with all the features that you've seen in the other houses. And like, you know, like if you see like this house here, right, with the car and everything, you can be like, okay, this garage is a good place to start like something. And like you can be like, okay, I'm gonna barricade the doors here and like make a, you know, destroy this here. It's gonna take a while, but destroy the floors, the ceiling, but the floor up there, right? And like make an escape up there like that, make a ladder, or like you can craft in like in Terraria and Valheim and all those games, make your own base and you know, make it comfortable, and eventually like, you know, make a stand against the vampire against the zombies and shit. I think that's food. I don't know if I need food. Let's try to eat it though. I'm curious. Ah, cool. Okay, 13. Oh, okay. So the food kind of goes from the food buffer there to my health in real time like that. Interesting. Yeah, I'm honestly impressed by how cool the game looks compared to what I remember. Is there like an auto save option? Ooh, there's Twitch integration. That's interesting. I could eventually think about streaming it and see what's that about. Like maybe you guys can like, you know, send stuff like danger or resources or something. That could be fun. Unless you have like a bunch of twat in your in your they're just like messing with you, making you rage. All right, 7 days to die. What is it? Is it any good? Stuff like that. Oh, my nose is driving me insane right now. Okay, 7 days to dice. In terms of difficulty, I don't remember if I think there is a difficulty settings when you create your character, but I'm not entirely sure. I'll put balance, and I will for sure try to correct this if I'm wrong, if I'm making a mistake. That reminds me, there was a game I played. What was it? Swing, make a break, hijacker jack. I don't remember. There was a game and there was a feature about it. There was something that I was like, I'm gonna have to go check and be sure it's that and not. I don't remember which one it was. But as a little parenthèse, as a little digressing here, Trackmania, I played Nation Forever, which is the old one, which is like the legacy Trackmania, so to speak. And man, it's so good. I kind of technically beat the game because like there is 5 more tracks, but the only way to access those 5 tracks on that last circuit is to get gold everywhere else. So to me, it's kind of like a reach. It's kind of like, okay, that's kind of like extra bonus stuff. So like part of me feels like I haven't finished slash beat the game yet because I haven't unlocked those 5 tracks and I haven't beat them. But at the same time, the fact that the requirement for accessing those is literally to improve on each and every single one of the levels of the whole goddamn game until you get gold everywhere. That's kind of excessive. So to me, those 5, I decided the other day, you know what, they don't count. I beat the game. I'll put it right now. Trackmania Forever, I did in 100%, but I sure beat the freaking game. Now I'm gonna try Trackmania next. Pretty good game. I never thought I would like Trackmania that much. And it's definitely not so much of a racing game, that it's like a trial game where you basically have a bunch of obstacle course and you try to get that in the best time. Or in trials, sometimes it was about points, but rarely, most of the time, it was about time. So it's kind of that. It's trial game which reminds me, I need to make an episode about trials. Where's my Steam here? Do I even have one of the game from the series on Steam? I think I do. Damn, are you serious? Is it? Oh, it's because it's not plural, it's urban trial. Okay, I do have freestyle and playground. I think freestyle here is the one I had on my 3DS and possibly Wii U, but for sure I had that on my 3DS. I think I had that on both actually, and because I had it on my Nintendo console, I bought it on Steam as well. So I guess I could use that as a. It's not exactly the one I have in mind when I think of a benchmark. I don't have my Ubisoft Connect installed because I don't want Ubisoft Connect installed on my PC. I hate Ubisoft so much. It's unreal. But on my Ubisoft account, I do have the actual not urban trial, but trials. I don't remember. Fusion? I think it's Trial Fusion. I'm not 100% sure, but it's one of the, I want to say 5-10 years recent, because it's been around for an eternity. But like, yeah, in the five years, in the past 5 years, there was like a trial game that was really popular. I think it's Fusion, and that one was really good. And it's basically my benchmark. Whenever I think about an obstacle game, most of the time it's motorcycles, but sometimes it's a car, like the one I was mentioning, right? Trackmania. But Trials is just it's an exceptional game. It's weird that it's also Ubisoft, like Trackmania. I guess Ubisoft kind of does some good racing games sometimes. I'll give them that. They're not completely bad when it comes to racing games. Okay, so I put balance for 7 days to dies. I think balance, right? I think there's a way to set the difficulty, and there's a bunch of settings you can kind of set the world to be as difficult or as hard as you want. I think. I think you can like you have like the default settings, right? That are somewhat challenging, I think, by default, because like I keep saying, I was super bad at the game. I've never been good at 7 days to die, and for me it's a challenging game. Maybe it's easy for other people the same way I was telling to my colleague thought Valheim was easy, and I think Valheim is super hard. And even though like I feel like I'm somewhat of an expert at Valheim, like I played so much, I speedran the game and everything, I still think it's hard. I still think it's fucking hardcore. Yes, 7 days to die is hard, man. It's not an easy game. But there's a way to adjust it to make it way easier. Oh yeah. Let's go back to actual 7 days. Where's 7 days? Controller. Okay, so full controller support. I didn't mess with the Steam settings or anything, Steam inputs. It just worked. It just worked. I didn't do anything. It just worked. Um, um, Terraria crafting, survival crafting, that's the type of game it is, right? Now, for the rating, I put 5 because of all the game tonight, I think they're all pretty much exceptional games. They're all very good. Even Necesse, when I tried it, I thought it was pretty decent, so I'm expecting it to be somewhat good enough to like I put it a 4, but maybe I'll be wrong. Now, objectively speaking, I will put it at 5. Legit. Once again, as always, guys, if you think I'm wrong when it comes to the rating, leave me a comment, tell me what you guys think. But 7 Days to Die to me is an exceptional game. It's been in development for ages, and now the 1.0 was released this year, maybe last year, maybe 2024. Yeah, I think it might be like October, November of 2024. Let me check to be sure. I mean, I'm right here. 2.2 stable. They're already 2 point something. That's crazy. When did the 1.0? Okay, 2020 July, actual July, so summer of last year. It's been a year basically. So 1.0 has been out for a year. And I think it's been in development for ages before that. The game is exceptional, guys. I've seen other people play it, stream it, and every time I watch this, it's fascinating and it looks good. And my rating, I'll be honest, I would like to give it a 5. In some ways, I want to rate it a 5 because I think I can acknowledge that objectively it's as a 5. But until I played it more, I have to stick with what used to be sort of my rating, so to speak. I didn't get into it. I didn't like it enough to play the whole thing until the end, until I get good enough to feel like I knew what I was like, and I knew how to survive, and I knew how like to what the game was like, and like how to thrive and survive well, right? Like I do in Terraria or Valheim or whatever. And also like in Terraria and Valheim, you have actual objective, right? Like you have like bosses and stuff you can kind of aim yourself at. I'm sure there is some objective in 7 Days to Die, but I wouldn't be able to tell you what they are. Like finding some specific point of interest that I still don't know what they are. Like I heard about military bases and stuff like that you can find, but I haven't really find any interesting point of interest. I know there's like a wave after 7 days, right? 7 days to die. So I know there's like wave, so you need to survive a bunch of raids. So maybe you can give yourself objective like, okay, I want to I want to survive more than one raid, right? Like I managed to survive one time, I want to manage to survive another time, and but yeah, I personally I didn't do that yet. And because of that, I think that's why I didn't get to like it as much. And also, like I was saying, back in the days, it was my best friend's favorite game, so to speak, and I wanted to like it, so I kind of forced myself to play the game, even though I didn't want to play it at that specific time. And like right now, I'm playing 7 Days to Die just because I want to showcase it, because I actually want to. And I had an amazing time with the game. I was like, whoa, this is great. This is actually cool. I'm like I was like the whole time I had this like feeling of regret of like, oh my god, this whole time I had this game and I never like played it. What's wrong with me? Because the game feels amazing. So like the more I talk about it, and more I'm like, as soon as I spend a bit of time with the game, it's probably gonna change to a 5 heart on my part. But for now, just to express the historic of me in the game and what I, felt in the past, I'll put a 4 for today. But objectively speaking, I think it's exceptional. Controller support, balance, we're done here. Let's move on to the. I think just to be lazy, I'm gonna do them in that specific order. So the next one would be Necesse. I'm curious because the next two games I'm really not familiar with. Necesse here. I'm gonna keep Valheim for last. Hopefully I can get over it fast enough. Try to present it in a way that doesn't take an hour. What's happening with my carpet there? Um, but for now, Necesse here. Controller. I could try the controller actually. I just saw the controller disappeared from the because my controller shut down. But I'll plug it again. Hopefully it reconnects. There you go. I'm gonna check the controller as we start the game here. All right. Third game. Almost 2 hours in. My God, this game's this. It's gonna be a 5 hour show. Episode 50, 5 hours. Almost makes sense when you think about it. Okay, performing first time setup. Interesting. Does it work with a controller? It does. It does. Hell. Wow. Impressive. Property. Controller. Oh, but it has the Steam inputs by default by the developer. What happens if we disable Steam input? Use default setting. What is it? Is it there? Because the dev enabled it. When you disabled it, it says disable per game override. So it kind of like explained that, oh, by the way, you did that. The game had it. Okay, so now it doesn't work anymore. Okay, so it doesn't have full controller support, but it has by default Steam inputs enabled from the developer. See, if I put default setting set by developer. All right, so I'll set that right now. Why is the music still going on? I thought I stopped the music. Controller for Necesse is Steam inputs by the developers by default. And if you turn them off, it doesn't work with all controllers. But the developer were kind enough to make sure that any controller would work. and it would be like set with the, you know, their settings that they wanted. So it says here continue Exima, because I played once. So I had a character, I had a world. Can I create a new character, new world? Survival or creative? Go survival. Choose a name. Benchmark. Classic. For player who wants a challenge where you have to think about your strategy at times and be properly prepared. Fights affect normal damage, blah, 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 blah. Adventure. Boss health reduce, enemy spawn rate slightly reduce, raider damage slightly reduce, settlers get knocked down instead of dying. Settlers. Okay. Interesting. So that's very easy. Hard. Settlers can die from damage. Raider damage slightly increase. Okay. I wonder what's the settlers things like, because that sounds like civilization stuff. Brutal. Alright, this feels more like a backlog benchmark episode, because now, even though I how much time did I had with this game? I had 70 minutes. I don't remember playing for an hour, but I guess I played for about an hour, but it was not good enough, so to speak, to hook me. I don't know. I didn't explore enough. I don't know what happened, but it didn't hook me. So let's see what happened. Why? Create world. Let's create a classic world. Yeah, create classic. My character is called Oxney, but let's create a new character. Randomize. Oh boy. Oh, that was kind of cool. We'll keep that. That's good enough. Backlog. Create. Right, backlog here. Play. So I think one of the things that turned me off when I played this game was the graphics. You know, it's not like Terraria or Valheim or any of that. It's not like visually impressive. It's not ugly, right? It's not completely ugly, but it's not, like I said, visually super impressive. So I think that's one of the things that turned me off. But I think the game has improved since the last time I played. I think it's kind of a bit more charming. I don't know if they changed the sprites in any ways, or it's just me not remembering it correctly. I don't know. Craft a torch. A torch? Okay. Talk to the elder to learn about the game. Okay, but why did I create the torch? Where did I put it? Here? I have 4 torches now. Oh boy. There you go. I don't know why I put the torches there, but that's what it is. Talk to the elder. Oh, the elder. That's the elder right there. You guys hear the game? Because I don't hear anything. It's super... My God, 50%. Okay, that's a bit better. Let's try to increase it for you guys, because I don't hear much. Yeah, I don't hear... I think you guys hear it better now. Maybe even too much. Okay, I'll make sure you guys can still hear me over the game, but I think you probably hear a bit better now. And so do I. Okay. So, what is it? And is it any good? Well, I think this is like a top-down Terraria. That's my... Oops. Hey, I'm trying to talk to you. Didn't want to hit you, I'm sorry. I have only one seen a demon in my life. Luckily, I made it out alive. I'm looking for some tips. If you are looking for some new crops to grow, a farmer might sell you some seeds. Previous. Bosses usually have more than one drop, so it might be worth killing them multiple times. Settlers like the animal keeper and the angler will use their profession around your settlement. Oh, that's what it mean by settlers. So on easier mode, your settlers won't die basically. Like even if you get raided by whatever enemies, eventually your settlers don't die, but you can lose your settlers in harder difficulty settings. You can find a game too easy, too hard. You can always change difficulty in the world settings. There's help you go underground. Okay, sure. So there's a ladder here. I can go underground there. Cool, got beef and leather. Nice. Oh, this guy is not gonna. I was like, he's gonna fight. If the cow didn't do anything, the bull's gonna kick our ass. But no, he didn't. Okay, what is this? Open. Crafting material. Okay, I'm just gonna take everything. Torches. Oh yeah, it's really like Terraria. You have torches. Okay. So speaking of, it's like Terraria. I remember that when I played, it was like Terraria. You could go underground, which is probably why. Okay, so the first time I played this, I think you had like some sort of little village, but I don't think you had like an actual house or anything. You just started on the map with barely anything. I think I played it early access. And in early access, I don't think you had this house built for you like this. This is kind of cool, but like I feel like this was not a thing. Oh, that's like a crafting. It's a works. Yeah, it's a workstation, craft station. Interesting. Okay, let's go and use that. And that's why you want the torches. But I don't have a pickaxe though. I need a pickaxe. Okay, let's try to craft a pickaxe, guys. Did I craft it? I did. Okay, all I had to do was click on it. Okay. Move the log here. Let's put that like that. I don't know what that is. Crafting guide. Okay, sure. Okay, let's go. So what is it? Well, it's a Terraria-like. Is it any good? It's giving me a better impression this time than the first time. I don't know if it's because it's out of early access and has improved slightly since, or if it's just because I'm in the mood to try it. I don't know what it is, but I'm having a better time this time. It's not giving me a bad impression like it did. I don't know how long ago. I don't remember when I bought the game. How do I pick it up though? Oh, well, nice. Okay. Oh, it's really like Terraria, but top-down Terraria. I'm definitely digging it. Get it? Digging it. I know I'm bad at humor. But yeah. Pun definitely intended. This is cool. I need to give this game a second try some of these days. I don't know when I'm gonna take the time, like 7 days to dice, but Like 7 Days to Dies, there's more to it. And I need to give it like... Alright, combat is kind of cool. I like it. Simple. This is truly like Terraria. I'm feeling way too much like in Terraria right now. I love it. Okay, compared to the first time I played, I'm having a good time. I'm having a legit good time right now. This is cool. I might try this on later tonight or something, like just to get more of it, because like, wow. What the fuck? This is like Terraria inspired. The fuck is this shit? What? Map fragment? Okay, guys, I gotta say, this game is kind of exciting right now. You know what? That 4-star that I gave it before I played it, I think it's deserved. I think it's deserved for real. I didn't thought I was gonna say that, but yeah, this is awesome. Oh, I get it. I put a torch here, right? There's gotta be a wire. See the torch light up, torch light down, torch light up. There's gotta be a wire. It's like Terraria. Alright, so it's a top-down Terraria. And is it any good? Yeah, it's pretty cool, actually. The combat feels way better than what I remember. And right now, like I said, I kind of want to actually play. Like, I'm gonna feel bad to not play more. I might keep that installed and then check it back later before I uninstall it, because it's like, wow. Come here, little Spidey. And I saw like an archer, so we'll be able to like make a bow and stuff. Better weapon, better armor, explore farther, deep, you know, go deeper maybe. Yeah, this game is cool. I like it. What is this? Oh, he has like a little gold thing. Stone caveling, what? Okay. We're not gonna catch it. We're not gonna catch him. But yeah, in many regards, many aspects, it reminds me of Terraria. Okay, I just saw that my health is really low. And I'm not sure what to do to cure myself and shit, so I'm gonna just try to exit while I'm still alive. Okay, what can I eat or do whatever? Use? Oh, there you go. My health's coming back. Sleeping, regenerate the health. Cool. And I guess like in Minecraft, which I've never played, you have a hunger meter, which is not something you have in Terraria. But yeah, I'm gonna stop it here. Guys, okay, I'm impressed. I'm pleased. I remember not liking the game. I still think that the weak point of the game is definitely the graphics, right? There's definitely some polish. They can do more, right? They could invest more time or whatever and make it look better. But the systems looks pretty tight now compared to, like I said, when I played it was early access. I don't know how long it's been early access. When did the version 1.0? June this year? June this year it came out. So yeah, it was early access up until June this year, like a few months ago, 2 months ago. Got released 2 months ago. When I played it, it didn't felt that good. Didn't look that good either. I don't know what they changed exactly in the visual, but the visual has been slightly tweaked, I think, slightly improved. Let me put back the music here when I talk about the game. Um, and yeah, so far I'm definitely more hooked than the first time. I want to play more of this. Um, yeah, I feel I feel like this is one of those games like I picked up, I tried, I thought I was gonna play more later. I didn't. I kept it installed and eventually was like, okay, I'm just gonna install because I'm not playing it. But I was never like negative necessarily about the game. I just didn't get hooked. At that time when I tried it, I had other things on my plate, on my platter, whatever the expression. I was just doing something else. And now if I had the time, I think I would pick it up. Um so I think officially it's little it's above average. Maybe it deserves 3 more than 4. And you guys tell me if you disagree with the rating, if you've played it yourself, or if what you've seen didn't really impress you to the point where you're like, didn't look that great. Um, Maybe I'm being biased here because of my love of the genre. Because clearly I'm a huge fan of Terraria, huge fan of Valheim. I've played survival crafting games a lot, like a lot. So that's probably why I would rate those games a little bit higher, like a fighting game or a shmup, like your Gradius type of shmup games. Like I like those games. A first-person shooter like Doom, there's gonna be a good chance I'm gonna think it's a 4 or 5 star if it's good quality, right? And especially if I can judge because I played a lot of those that it's good quality. In the case of Necesse here, it's not like there's a billion crafting survival game out there. There's a few. Graphically speaking, like I keep saying, that's the one thing that's holding it back. It reminds me a bit of Don't Starve, and that I don't think Don't Starve is a pretty game. I think it's kind of ugly. I think a lot of people like the game, even though the graphics are not necessarily beautiful, so to speak. They're not completely ugly. They have some charm to it. I'm sure people like the game, kind of appreciate the graphic to a certain extent. I don't really. I think Don't Starve is kind of freaking ugly, and I think Necesse is not as polished as it could be, but it seems to try to be a Terraria top down, and it does it pretty well. I've seen another one that kind of was Necesse, but 5 star, or maybe a bit more like 4 star worth. And that's why the more I talk about it, the more I'm like, maybe it's just a 4 star, right? Maybe objectively it's more like a 4 star, but I think personally, I give it at least a 4. It's really pleasing to me. It was really fun, and it has so much in common with Terraria that I want to give it a I want to give it a fair chance one day. When I tried it the first time, I don't think I did that. And tonight, clearly, I played like 15 minutes, not even. So it's not gonna get a good justice. But yeah, yeah, it's hooking me. It makes me want it. It doesn't leave me indifferent as I thought it would. Before recording this episode, when I planned that like 2 weeks ago, whatever, when I was planning on recording that last week, I thought Yeah, Necesse probably gonna leave me indifferent because that's what it did the first time. I was like, maybe, but like I said, it didn't hooked. This time it did. This time it really, really did. And yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to play more and see if it's worth it, if it really deserves 4 star and not just 3. Now I think this is gonna be correct. I I'm not 100% sure if you can play co-op. Let me just confirm that it's a co-op game, right? Online PvP LAN co-op. Yeah, I think it's meant to be co-op. Most surviving games like that are kind of designed to be played with friends, if not kind of required. Like I said, Valheim, I think originally was sort of like required to play with friends. Like it's like highly suggested you play with friends. Don't go up there alone. It's very dangerous. But it's also playable alone. Like it's doesn't stop you from playing. But I think the intention was to make it cooperative adventure, right? All right, so we played Necesse. We played all of the other ones. We have Stardew Valley and Valheim. Let's check those out. Also, the music is over here, but it's fine. We're going to start the game. So, Stardew Valley. What is it? Is it any good? Like all the games tonight, I feel weird every time I say that because it's like, yeah, I think most people know what Stardew Valley is. I kind of do myself without knowing. Because that's the thing, unless you play it, you don't really know. And when I actually took the time to sit down, install the game, and try to play Stardew Valley, I got super disappointed. I got stuck super quick for probably super dumb reasons, and it just kind of ruined my first impression. I was like, the game could be good, but it's just not for me. So let's just try new here. New. Also, I saw co-op, so clearly you can play co-op. I didn't know about that. I really, for real, thought, oh, no save game found, of course, because I guess there's no game in the cloud. Or if I did, I played it on Steam when I played it, because I know I touched the game briefly. 20 minutes. Okay, I played 20 minutes in the past somewhere. That wasn't today. And it was on another computer. But I said new. New is like new. Like you don't load anything. Why are you asking me like? Okay. So you choose. Okay, no, that's not to choose. It's like to rotate your character. Okay, choose male, female, which is pretty straightforward. Skin can be weird colors or just okay, weird colors. Like I said, blue. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'll like that. Shirt, sure. I'm gonna fucking wear a robe, bro. Come on. Yikes. What the fuck? I know, it's not bad actually. I kind of like the glasses like that. Oh, okay, that's the air color stuff. Okay, sure. Eye color, I don't care. We don't see the eyes anyway. Hands color. That's better. Yeah, way better. Animal preference. Dog. Yeah, fuck the cats. I want a dog. That dog's fine. I kind of like that dog though. But this one kind of fits with the... You know, the dog goes with the master, right? Favorite things. Ah, fuck. Name. Hux. Oh boy. Farm name. You know what? No. It's Backlog. Benchmark. Video games. Okay. Oh, there was something on the right to select there, but I've completely missed that. Was too excited to start. Oh, who's that? Santa Claus? No, for real. Who's that? It looks like Santa Claus. A sealed envelope. No, don't open it yet. Have patience. Now, listen close. There will come a day when you feel crushed by the burden of modern life. And your bright spirit will fade before a growing emptiness. When that happens, my boy, you'll be ready for this gift. Can I open it now then? Can I open it now then? Like, why do I wait here? XX years later. 20 years later, you realize life sucks. You got fooled. Everybody got fooled like you. You're in a matrix, you're in a system, and there's no getting out. You little stupid slave. And you start getting a bit depressed about it because you're like, I'm self-aware. I'm not a slave. I don't want to be a slave. What the fuck is this? So you're like, hey, wait, my grandpa told me open the letter when you feel like shit. Dear Backlog, what a name. If you're reading this, you must be in dire need of a change. The same thing happened to me long ago. I'd lost sight of what mattered most in life. Real connections with other people and nature. So I dropped everything and moved to the place I truly belong. I've enclosed the deed of that place, my pride and joy, Benchmark Farm. It's located in Stardew Valley on the southern coast. It's the perfect place to start your new life. And you would be there for the past 20 years if you were not a fucking retard and you had just had opened the goddamn letter instead of keeping that letter sealed for 20 goddamn years. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with the character keeping that letter for XX years? That's like over 10 years for sure, right? XX implies there's 2 digits. So over 10 years later, you open the letter? Bro, hello? I would have opened that shit the second I would have closed the door. Bye, Grandpa. Open the letter. Like, what the fuck? Love, Grandpa. P.S. If Lewis is still alive, say hi to the old guy for me, will ya? Well, what about that last part? If I open 30 years later or 40 years later, the guy would have sure be dead. Wouldn't have said hi. Stardew Valley, 0.5 miles. Little cheeky birds. Hello, you must be Backlog. Oh, that's Robin. Hello, Robin. I'm Robin, the local carpenter. Mayor Lewis sent me here to fetch you and show you the way to your new home. He's there right now, tidying things up for your arrival. The farm's right over here, if you'll follow me. Alright, let's get into the farm. This time, I'll try not to waste all my stamina on one task and then be fucked for the rest of the day and be like, oh, this game sucks. This is Benchmark Farm. Yikes. There's a lot of work to do here, huh? What's the matter? Sure, it's a bit overgrown, but there's some good soil underneath that mess. With a little dedication, you'll have it cleaned up in no time and have no stamina and not give up on the game again. No, for real, I know what mistake I made the first time around. I played and I didn't care, I didn't pay attention much to the stamina, and when my stamina reached 0, I couldn't do anything else, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm like soft locked or some shit. What is this game? I didn't like it. And here we are, your new home. But you know, this is one of those games that like you need to play it, or at least try to play it at least once in your life, just for like your culture, right? It's like a Zelda or Metroid. Like you need to know what it is, what it feels like. Otherwise, it's like reading books or watching movies. You know, there's like staples, there's like benchmarks, right? This is one of those. This guy, the whole game was made by one dude mostly. Like I think he had a little bit of help maybe with music or something else, but like mostly it's like one guy's game, one guy's army. Welcome, little. Oh, that's the famous Lewis. Hey, my grandpa says hi. You know, everyone's been asking about you. It's not every day that someone new moves in. It's quite a big deal. Cool, cool. How long's gonna be the intro here? So you're moving into your grandfather's old cottage. It's a good house, very rustic. What do you mean? Is there a bathroom? Rustic? That's one way to put it. Crusty might be a little more apt, though. Shit, that sounds really bad. Rude. Don't listen to her, Backlog. She's just trying to make you dissatisfied so that you buy one of her house upgrades. I think he's right, though. I think he's right. Don't listen to that bitch, man. She's just trying to sell you stuff. She's a carpenter, after all. Anyway, it's like you talk with the you know, the guy who's selling you tire. He's like, yeah, your tire looks flat. It looks like a very old tire. You should change your tires. Yeah, change your tire, bro. Trust me, I know tires. I'm selling tires. Weirdly enough. Anyway, you must be tired from the long journey. You should get some rest. Tomorrow, you ought to explore the town a bit and introduce yourself. Oh yeah, that's like Harvest Moon, where you basically try to meet people in the village, you know, try to start having like friendships and stuff, relationship with other characters. And like you need to find like a wife. I mean, technically, I guess the carpenter was probably one of the prospects in the game. I mean, she's a girl. Oh, I almost forgot. If you have anything to sell, just place it in this box here, okay? I'll come by during the night to collect it. Well, good luck. All right. So we're like left to ourselves here, or? Okay, we got some seeds. Snip seeds. Here's a little something to get you started. Okay, so we got tools. How do I... How do I change? Oh, okay, this way. So, okay, I don't know where my stamina is, but we got stamina somewhere. I need to know where my stamina is. How does that work? Right, let's say, right, like, I don't know why I remember having no stamina. I don't even see a stamina meter anywhere. So I don't know what's up with that. But what I know is I'm gonna try to do okay. There you go. I'm gonna try to plant those goddamn seeds this time. Before I run out of stamina or whatever. Okay, that's probably big enough. There you go. Okay. There you go. Water. Hey, like a pro. It's like I've done that my whole life. Let's go. Okay, I don't know how the stamina meter thing works and why. I swear to God, all I remember of this game is I played and I ran out of stamina. Where is the stamina? I don't see it. I see 500 grams gold, whatever, right? We got money. There's an exclamation. If you want to become a farmer, you have to start with the basic. Use your hoe to till the soil and use seed bag, whatever. Every day until the crop is ready to harvest. Okay, sure. Nice gesture to introduce yourself to run the town. Some people might be anxious to meet you, no farmer. Okay, sure. I was not sure. Okay, so that's the journal. Why do I... What is he doing? Okay, I guess that's right mouse click. Just using that, okay. I have no idea, guys, why I had this idea, this concept of there's stamina. Where's the stamina? I don't see stamina anywhere. So what stopped me from playing then? I don't understand. I'm confused. It's weird because, like, I have this vivid memory of being here, you know, and this screen, basically, and trying to harvest stuff, and I harvest, like, too much, right? To the point where I was basically stuck. I'm not sure why. Whatever this once was, it's now in ruins. Oh, okay. Bottom right. There's, okay, you don't see it because there's a camera. Let me get rid of camera for 2 seconds, okay? Where's my camera? See, right under my camera, underneath my camera, energy meter. Energy meter is empty. I don't know why I couldn't see that energy meter before just now, but I guess it was always there. That's probably what's happening here. I don't know what's happening, but I don't think we can do anything. And what are the reasons why we can't do anything? You're starting to feel exhausted. Right. So now I cannot do shit anymore. That's when I stop playing. Okay, I can pick this up. I'm not too tired to pick the thing up. So I'm going on a walk like that. Am I gonna like die if I run out of stamina completely? A stranger, hello? So that's Linus. What's up? Don't mind me, I just live out here alone. You look like an hermit. I gotta say, the game looks cool, looks fun, looks better than the first time I played it. Like Necesse, give me a better second impression than first impression. But I have the same problem right now. My character is out of energy. And I'm kind of stuck not knowing exactly what to do. Although this time it doesn't feel like I'm completely useless. Like I can just walk around, visit the town or something. Greetings, I'm Demetrius, local scientist and father. Thanks for introducing yourself. I'm studying the local plants and animals from my home laboratory. Have you met my daughter, Maru? She's interested to meet you. Oh yeah? I'm interested to meet her as well. Can I use that? No. Is that my property, my back home? This looks like a different place. It's locked. So, yeah, it looks cool because like there's village and place to explore and stuff. And I feel like, you know, all the good feedback I heard about it, like everybody praising the game as being exceptionally good. It has to be good. Like there has to be more than what I experienced when I tried to play it for 15 minutes. And now I'm trying it again for another 15 minutes. And this time I'm having a better time. Because I talk too much. My allergies are coming back slowly. But yeah. I like it. Way more than the first time. It makes me want to keep on playing and try to figure out what I missed the first time around. How do I just save and quit? Exit game. Exit to desktop. There you go. Boom. Hopefully it's saved automatically. I'm assuming it does. So yeah. Let's restart the mix here. Music. Come on. Where is the chart? Also, controller support, property, controller, full controller support. I didn't even had to do anything. It just worked. And we love it when it does that. Also, I forgot to put difficulty settings for Necesse. It was balanced, right? We had a choice of between casual and very hard, so you definitely have the choice to balance your experience the way you want. I think most of those games are like that. And Valheim definitely is a balanced game. It could be the harshest game you've ever experienced, or it could be really harsh but still like very forgiven. Like when you put all the settings to the easiest, lowest, you can literally put the game now that they updated multiple times, right? There's new settings for like combats and stuff where you can change the slider. I'll show you that to you probably later. Actually, like now, because we are at Valheim now, where you can change the slider to the point where the enemies don't even attack you. Like the enemies are basically pacified. They don't raid your home anymore. You can make it so that like everything is pacifist and you can just build as much as you want, and like you have 3 times the resources, so you can make it fairly easy. But it's still one of the hardest game I've ever played. Also, solo. I'll leave it to solo, all right? There is a cooperative mode. I don't think it's meant to be played in co-op. I think it's meant to be played alone by yourself. Like I think, like there's a lot of games like that you could think of, like where, yeah, sure, you could play cooperative, but it's not meant to be played cooperative. The same way I could argue to a certain extent that Valheim is playable solo, but it was kind of meant to be played with people. So, but there is a co-op mode. So, yeah. Uh, like I said, first party, full controller support, you know. And also, like Necesse, I didn't thought I'd liked it. And this one, I'll put a heart, but I want to highlight the fact that I'm still closer to indifference than to liking it. Although I used to be more into like poop. I used to be more, it used to be like, I don't like Stardew Valley. I'm sorry that the whole world, it's like, what's that goddamn game that I hate? That RPG that everybody praises as the next coming of the best RPG because it's so innovative. Fuck, I hate it. I don't even remember the name right now. I feel like some of you listening to me must know what I'm talking about, but give me a second. I'll figure out the name. It's important. Like eat and that Undertale. It's like Undertale. Stardew Valley, you could say, is comparable to Undertale in the sense that it's been praised. Everybody likes it. And I felt really weird and awkward being like, I don't like Stardew Valley. I don't think I like it. And right now, I'm definitely appreciating it more to the point I'm giving it a heart, right? But the first time around, Stardew Valley didn't work for me. And like Undertale, maybe one day I'll play Undertale a second time. Don't count on it, okay? Don't bet money on it. Don't hold your breath. It's not gonna happen. I have zero intention of playing Undertale like, ever again. I hate the game. It's awful. I don't understand people who like that. Good for you. I hate it. You have bad taste. That's my opinion. And you can say that I have bad taste for not liking Undertale. But yeah, Stardew Valley used to be like that for me. But objectively speaking, is it a 5? I don't know if it's a 5. Is it a 5, guys? It's probably considered by many as a 5. Let me check real quick. By curiosity. Soar page. Overwhelmingly. overwhelmingly. Okay, you know, because the community spoke, because it is a staple, it is a benchmark, it is something that a lot of people will compare games to. And even me, who never played Stardew Valley, when I played Graveyard Keeper for the show a few episodes ago, I don't know where Graveyard Keeper is, doesn't matter. I compared it to Stardew Valley because I've seen gameplay of the game, right? I've never played Stardew Valley myself, but I've seen gameplay of it, and it looks very similar. Visually and mechanically, I think it looks very similar. Um, I'll give it a 3. I can recognize that it's a good game. I am not indifferent anymore, and I'm not disliking it, actively disliking it anymore. It's more like indifference, but with little positivity to it, right? It's like I don't feel the need to play Stardew Valley tomorrow morning. Like, you need to fucking play it. But I'm not against playing it one day, as opposed to before playing it for a second time for the show tonight. I was kind of like, nah, I really don't care. Now I'm like, yeah, maybe one day I'll try to sit down, because for real, it was way better this time. And that thing that's wrapping it up, right? Because it all settled. Yeah, it's like, and in this case, yes, it's like Harvest Moon. Even though for many people the standard will be Stardew Valley, and I could change it eventually for Stardew Valley, simply because I will be able to say I played Stardew Valley, and it's so well known and so popular that I have to recognize it as the name that should fit for the category, right? It's like Terraria, right? I use Terraria, but I can recognize that if I want it to be as accurate as possible, I should say Minecraft. But the reason why I don't use Minecraft is because me personally, as a subject, I've never played Minecraft, so I cannot vouch for it. I cannot say that it's like that. I don't know. I mean, I kind of do, once again, because I've seen people, but there's a big difference between knowing the path and walking the path. That's from The Matrix, by the way, I think. I'm not sure I'm quoting it exactly correctly, but it's basically the quote. It's like there's a big difference between knowing the way and walking that way, that path. Right, so last game tonight, guys, for the benchmark. We started with Terraria, which is one of my favorite game of all time, one of the most played game in my whole Steam library, and I think second just behind it actually, let's verify if I'm lying, if I'm correct. We have all the games here. Played time, hour played. Cookie Clicker, I was wrong. But it's not active play, so I don't think it counts, right? I think you will agree with me that I didn't play Cookie Clicker for 2,000 hours. I let it run for most of the 2,000 hours. I played it for hundreds of hours, but for the most of the hours that it ran, it was just idled. So it truly is my second most played game, and then there would be Destiny 2. But yeah. Also, I saw Butt Slapper. It's a clicker game, guys. Did we had that on the? Did we had Butt Slapper? I don't think we had boobs. We had boobs. That's the one we had on the show. We had boobs. Where is it? Shit, it's been a while already. Here, episode 31, we had boobs. Well, there is another games that's not boobs. It's the opposite. It's butt. Butt Slapper. And this one is kind of like an idle clicker. I didn't really get into boobs because I don't think there's not really any mechanic. I didn't really understood what it's supposed to be about besides like making the breasts move around with the physics, um, which you could probably do in like in many other games. Like there's no point. So like there's no gameplay per se, but the one we just showed there, like, by showing the number of hours for Valheim, Butt Slapper, that actually has some gameplay. It's a clicker. It's mostly you let the game play itself, right? You don't really play it. But there is actual some active gameplay at the beginning of the game, you could say, where you need to click until you can act, buy the auto clicker thing. Anyway, Valheim, finally, almost 3 hours. Damn, at least it's not going to be 5 hours, hopefully. Uh, I would have a lot to say about Valheim. I love this game. I played this game so much. I speedran it. I already, in this 3 hours of show today, I already talked a lot about Valheim. But here it is. What is it? Is it any good? Man, is it any good? Um, Backlog. Let's take a female. I don't use female often. She spent a lot of time in the sun. Some cool hair. Ponytail. That's kind of cool. Actually, I like that because it's simple, and yet you still have a little bit of yeah. I'm gonna no beard. No, it's a woman. What do you mean? What do you mean? Blondness. She's got a dark hair or blonde hair. No, I like her dark hair like that. It's cool. I like it. It's fine. All right. So, she's called Backlog. Start a new world. Benchmark. Oops. Done. Already exist? Oh, it does. Right. My current game is called Benchmark. Right. Because in preparation for the show, I started a world that I am now playing. I mean, we could... What the character for that? I don't care. I don't want to benchmark with an S. There you go. Benchmarks. Oh boy. Yeah, I made a character. Actually, we will... I'm going to show you what is it to start a game, right? And then I'll maybe show you really quickly the reason why I had a file prepped. It's because when I plan on doing that last week, Steam, not Steam, but Valheim had a major update. Like a really, really cool overhaul of the combat system. I didn't see much of a difference in the combat. There might be some tweaking here and there with the numbers, maybe, but the feel of the combat didn't really feel that different. It feels pretty much the same, maybe with other enemies that I haven't seen or I haven't encountered yet since I played on the beta, right? On the, what is it called? It's public test, I think, branch or something like that. Anyway, it's the, you know, I have like the latest update, so you need to make your backup of your save and stuff like that in case something wrong happened. But you have access to the things before everybody else, basically. But yeah, there's an update that adds some tweaking to the combat, and they added bears. Freaking bears in the game. I wanted to have bears since the games existed. I was like, I don't understand why there's no bear. We have like boars, we have deers. Where are the bears? I want a bear. I want to fight a fucking bear. There's a bear now. Freaking bear is freaking awesome. It's scary. It's huge. Like, get the fuck off. Like, you see a bear, you run, okay? For real. Unless you feel really well equipped and all of that, you run, okay? Trust me, you better run, especially at early games, because you kind of encounter it at early games. It's like, I don't think, I don't know, they might have added some sort of like, I think I heard somebody call it like an ancient. So it would be like a sort of like a new class of enemies. Like you have like, you could say um, like the prey, the small, medium, and large enemies, and now um, yeah, large. I would say like large slash mini bosses, right? And now you have this other type of creature that would be possibly even rarer than the large slash mini boss in all of the biomes. That would be the bear, basically. Um, well, I think it's just like there might have not been any in the meadow, and maybe technically the bear is considered like the mini boss of the meadow. It would kind of make sense. But yeah, so now we have 7 bosses in the game, right? Wait, is there more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 7. Um, am I crazy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm crazy. Oh no, okay, I get it. That's the elder. Oh, no, it makes sense. It's actually, it looks like the elder. Yeah. Okay. So we got the first boss here, Ektir. So the game, you could say right now, because it's not released technically, it's early access, it's unfinished, unreleased, even though we've been playing it for years now. And the goal of the game, you could say in a sense, is to beat all of the Forsaken, all of the bosses here, and bring back their skull, so to speak. When you kill a boss, it drops a trophy, and you can bring back the trophy here, and the trophy will give you a power. And then you can, if you kill the boss again, you can also keep the trophy and just hang it in your house for decoration. But the initial kill, the first time you bring back a trophy here and you hang it, on the hook, you can then get the power of that Forsaken. So what we're gonna do is gonna go around, try to survive. And the thing that I love about this game, right, because like compared to other games, once again, today is a special episode, right, episode 50. It's all about like games that I technically already know and played for thousands, not just hundreds or dozens of, thousands of years, thousands of hours, years. Jeez, imagine playing this for thousands of years. That would be crazy. But yeah, thousands of hours. So it kind of feels weird, like I'm presenting the game to you more than anything else. Okay, hammer. It's like I'm not discovering it, right? Need more wood, and I need some stone. So like in, what was it, 7 Days to Die, we did that, break a tree with our fist, or at least attempt to. That's a thing you can do in this game. But yeah, the graphics are kind of like a PlayStation 1, I want to say. It reminds me of PlayStation 1 in a sense. or even like an N64 type of era type of graphics. But I don't know, the look feels a bit more like a PlayStation. But it it's like, okay, you have the PlayStation 1 look, but then the graphics resolution or whatever, like there's something, I don't know what's the word right now, but like the fidelity of the graphics, I think that's the expression, is cranked up, and it looks beautiful. You have like, ray tracing and shit. At some point it gets like the lighting in this game is incredible. Day and night cycle, the music alone sets the mood, and like it creates an ambience and shit. Like it's crazy. I could talk about this game. I could also, I just realized the graphics are kind of stuttering a little bit. Maybe something. I don't stream the game often, but I don't usually have any problem. I see that I've missed some frames and I'm not sure. Let me just reset the stats here on OBS, making sure it's not this game. But I had some sort of stutter there. That's why I thought it was this game creating the stutter. But yeah, it's a weird mix of like the game is not graphically intensive, but at the same time it is. Right? And I don't know, I personally think the game is beautiful, but at the same time it's kind of like not meant to be. It has this retro look in a way. But look at the lighting, man. Look at the lighting on that rock, for instance, or like how it becomes blurry. Like if I look at the rock here, the rock is super clear, but the forest is blurry. If I look at the forest becomes clear. The rock is not necessarily blurry, but you understand what I mean, right? Like there's the whole field of view. Like it's really like it's a beautiful game. So yeah, you're dead. You're in Valhalla, Valheim in this case, and you need to survive. I need to make an axe. I need more stone. The deer totally didn't saw me. It totally didn't saw me. Oh. I went too fast there. But yeah, this is a game also, like as you can tell, whatever you do, jumping, running, picking up stuff. Now there's even like a farming skills or cooking skill or whatever. Like whatever you do, I think Skyrim and stuff like that. There's a bunch of RPG that actually uses that system, right? Come here, little shit. Come here. There you go. Gotta get some meat. Some leather. Need the leather because I need some armor at some point. Ooh, got some food finally. See? Farming. 1. That's kind of cool that they added that. And the thing that it does basically is like whenever you collect a certain amount, sometimes you will get like an extra, like an extra drop. Kind of like magically appear just because you're good at it. You find more raspberries, right? Something. You're cooking food, and if you get good at it, like you get like an extra portion of meat. Just materialize. It's a cool mechanic though. It's cool that they added that. I don't know if I was going in the right direction for the boss though, right? I guess kind of. The bus is this way, technically. If we follow the water, we'll get there at some point. But we're not gonna play like for 10 hours, right? And oh yeah, I think I kind of sort of mentioned it, right? The reason why we had another file and I wanted to showcase it to you, and I might actually, is because there was an update, and I actually did prepare the update to the point where I think in my file I have a bear. Like if I load the game, I think I will load next to a bear where I think I know where to find a bear, and I also had like the new bear claws, and I'll try to showcase that to you guys real quickly before I end the show. I don't know how much more content they added with the latest patch, but like the bear was pretty cool. The balancing, I'm guessing, might be cool. I don't know if it was part of the balancing, but I noticed when I try to fight the second boss that the second boss was definitely walking faster than what I remember. So I don't know if it was this patch or a prior patch that I just missed, and I just never realized that you got a speed bump. But I think they increased the speed of the Elder. I think he now walks like way faster than he used to. Which makes sense, considering that he's like a freaking giant. Like, if we are like 6 feet tall, he's like, I don't know, 20, 30 feet tall. Like, it should not be hard for him to walk fast. Like, faster than I do. So I feel like it makes sense that they increased the speed of that boss. But I don't know if it's just an impression that I had and it was actually in the game for multiple updates, and I just never realized that they changed this walking speed. But yeah, that's the only difference I notice in terms of combat. Also, one of the things in this game, I'll try to demonstrate that to you, is that when you cut trees, it's very dangerous. You need to pay attention and be careful, because when you cut trees, you can get hurt by them. Like, there's physics, and if the tree falls on you, it can literally kill you or hurt you pretty bad. See what I mean? If you're not careful, that shit's gonna kill you. And since I'm at 30 health, also that's a thing, one of the mechanics of the game is like the food. You can eat 3 different food items. Each food item will contribute to some HP and some stamina, and a few other hidden stats like stamina regen and stuff like that. But yeah, and our healing actually is like known. You can see the stats of how much you heal per tick. But I think somebody was asking me the other day, and it was about the stamina regen, and yeah, stamina regen is hidden stats, I think. But yeah, each food that you eat will contribute to that, and like you can eat 3 different things. Like right now I only have like raspberry, and I already ate it. But that, you know, contributed to my HP going up a little bit from 25, now I'm 31. It's not much, right? And it's because also like over time you're getting hungry, right? So the effect of the food will diminish a little bit over time, and when it gets to a certain threshold you can eat again to replace the food and get the buff again to like go back to max. Is that a deer? That's a deer. Oh, that's goddamn grading. Fuck off, bro. Because of you, the goddamn deer got away. You. Oh, I hate those. It's like every time you see a deer, there's always a dumb grading that's gonna show up. Almost every time. So frustrating. I think it's on purpose. All right. Map. Oops. Actually, we're going in the right direction somehow. Good job, me. I didn't know, but I was doing it. I'm doing well. There's a house here. Can we renovate it? Oh, there's a chest. Here we go. Oh, you're so fucked. Oh, come on now. Oh my goodness. I fucked up. Fucked up. Alright. You got away this time. Is that a boar? Yeah. And there's even another one right here. There we go. Hey you. Come back here. Alright, we have a little bit of wood, not much, but we might be able to build something. Sometimes you find shrooms in those places, which is cool. So now we get more food. We can also eat another one of those. We need to cook the meat. Okay, so the altar is supposed to be right here. Right, so the altar for the boss, the first boss, would be right here. But to summon the boss, I would need to have killed a few deer, which I haven't. So we don't have... Wait, there's two altars? Wait, there's like an altar right there? There's another altar right here. Holy sh... I don't see that often, but I see that kind of often. But at the same time, wow. Okay, that's special. We've got two altars for summoning the boss right next to one another here. It's a crazy spot. Alright, before I show you the update and talk about what the game is and stuff, I'll try to show you real quick. Building a little house real quick, maybe. You can use places like that because like they have a roof. What is going on? Oh, it's because my... Okay. There you go. And because it has a roof, right? It allowed me to access the benchmark here, the workbench, I should say. So I could repair my thing. I could make a knife, maybe. A shield or a bow. Can I make a bow? Oh, it's too late. I used my stuff again for the knife. I would not have enough anyway. Well, let's make a shield. Gonna be well equipped to defend ourselves here. We don't have a bow, but now we can definitely fight. And in terms of like making a little house, right? It would be very simple. You don't necessarily need to make, you know, a floor. You can just build on the ground. I prefer to have, and I'm gonna make it very small because I don't have much wood. right? It's just like a for the night, so to speak. Oops. Let's put a bed. We want a fire. We want to be able to cook. There you go. Hey, gonna have a party here. Since I cannot make, it doesn't require. Okay, cool. Gotta have a better axe now, because that axe sucks. And yeah, that's Valheim, guys. Like Terraria, if you've never heard of Valheim, if you've never seen Valheim, it's definitely worth it. It's one of my favorite game of all time, and I could play it and talk about this forever. In fact, I have streamed it, and I will stream it again many times, and you know, you can be sure you can catch me playing that or Magic the Gathering pretty often. But yeah, the point is, what is it? Is it any good? In my humble opinion, yes, it's exceptionally good. And it's a survival crafting game. The big difference between Terraria and this, I would just say that it's mostly about the perspective. One also big difference is like, yes, you can modify, like eventually you can get a pickaxe and like dig a hole, for instance, but you have limitation that you don't have in Terraria. For instance, in this, you can dig for like about 20, like there's like a distance, like a base distance in the game, like a unit. So like I think it's like 20 units. You can dig about 20 units or something in game. And past that, the rest of the terrain needs to kind of follow if you want to keep digging, otherwise you can't. So like there's room for you to dig, but you cannot just dig infinitely and make a hole like it's crazy deep and stuff like that. Doesn't make sense. It's not how the game works. But other than that, the game is incredible. Like, and when I say that in terms of like graphically, like it really feels like you're in a world and stuff. For instance, I'm gonna show you two really quick things before we leave and we evaluate and blah blah. We close the show. One of the things I'm going to show you real quickly is my main game I'm playing right now. I'm playing here. I have no map. Every settings in the game is as crazy hard as it can get. If I die, my character loses everything, all the skills. Like whenever I do actions in the game, right, my skills improve. If I die, everything goes back to zero. I lose everything, every single item I have on my character. Everything disappears. Usually when you die in this game and many other survival crafting game, you die, you leave a tombstone, and you can go back to the tombstone and get back your stuff, right? Or in some other game, you grab a bag, you go back and you pick up the bag and you get your stuff back. In this game, it usually works like that, but on this level of difficulty that I'm having right now, it's so crazy that I cannot do anything. Like, I have no map. If you look at the top right, I have no map, and like everything I do is crazy hard, and like the resources I get is like half. Like you can like set things like up to like 3 times the resources. Right now I don't have 3 times, I have half. So like every time I collect is like painful, so to speak. It takes forever. But the cool thing is that it forced me to build. If you look there, there's a bridge. So I had to build a bridge because Yeah, and like painful, so to speak, at some point to like cross the water each and every time. Really don't like me, huh? And like everything, like you need to use all your skills basically. Like everything you know and learn about the game, you really need to use and try to maximize because it's crazy. But what's cool is like having no map like that, it forced me to create like this little village, like those little roads, right? There's a road here that leads somewhere. I'm out of arrow. Fuck. I'm out of arrow. No. Okay. Two things. We need to deposit the things because we don't want to go around with that and lose it. I also don't want to lose my pickaxe if I die. I want my pickaxe to still exist. I'm gonna try to deposit everything I have here. Where is that? It's just because I guess it's here. Okay, yeah. I'm good on food. I'll eat a bit though. Oh, I forgot to make arrows. I don't think the deer's gonna be there when I come back out of the house. I mean, maybe. It's not completely impossible. But chances are the deer is gone. Is it there? It's there. You're so dead, bro. Okay, maybe not. Fuck off. What do you want? So the trick with the Grey Dwarf is if you have a torch, they won't hurt you. As long as you have a torch, you're safe, basically. Torch is OP. Oh, there's another deer. But yeah, like it literally forces you to make trails so that you can like truly know where you are, where you go, and find your way back home, because otherwise, how would you know? You have no map. So I love that. It's crazy, crazy cool. It's hard like that. And the other thing I want to show you really briefly, I didn't show you much of like what I built because like I built several houses and bridges all over the place with all those little trails, and it's so cool to just walk around the place and be like, I built all that. You know, it's my village. It's my, you know, my little world that I'm building up. Like when I was a kid and was building Lego, it's a very cool feeling. Alejandro here. It's the character I made for the Backlog benchmark a week ago, and I wanted to showcase to you guys. And then I played a little bit. I was like, okay, now I have it set up that I can showcase what the update is about. So the update gave us cool stuff like this armor, but I'll try to show you instead of just talking about it, right? Real quick. Oh yeah, and a thing that I haven't mentioned, we have teleporters in Valheim. I think you have teleporters in Terraria also, probably in some other survival crafting games, but in the mode I was just showcasing to you, I don't have teleporters, so I don't have map, I don't have teleporters, and not having teleporters gonna make the game like, no map is crazy hard, but no teleporters, like getting over oceans and stuff, it's gonna be so crazy. I can't even think about it. Like yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Um, okay, so I think I died last time I played. Oh, shit. Oh, I guess I am not ready to showcase to you guys what I wanted to showcase to you. Oh, that sucks. Did I lose my claws as well? I guess I lost everything there. Oh, well, I guess I won't showcase to you anything, guys. Because I went on an expedition with my boat and I died. I literally died there before I had the chance to build a house and put down a portal. So even though I have a tombstone with all my weapons and materials or whatever I had on me when I was there, and my boat possibly still being around, I cannot go there instantly. So I cannot show you the cool bear claws where you can fight with the, well, you can see it here on that image, right? You have like the bear claws and you kind of fight with your fist with the claws. It's nothing special, but it's kind of cool. And that's the new update. It's a bit gay, if we're being honest. Like, come on, the guy looks a bit gay and everything. Like, they added like a bit of gayness to the game. I think they got some criticism, like, some of the devs were kind of like, I don't know, maybe they kind of did that on purpose to like troll some people. I don't know. It's just the video game industry, you know. It's like that. Even your favorite games sometimes can have a bit of wokeness in them, and you're like, whatever. So yeah, I think the dev might have, some of the devs at least might be a bit woke, but doesn't mean, you know, that they are bad people, and surely it doesn't mean that the game is bad. Now, evaluation, less evaluation. I think objectively speaking, I like Terraria and 7 Days to Die. I think this game is absolutely exceptional. It's still in development. It's not even released yet. And it's still getting better and better and better. So, like, objectively speaking, I don't think I make judge a rating when I think it's a 5. I personally think of it as definitely a 5. I sure like it a lot. I'm playing it right now. Like I said, I show you my playthrough right now where I'm going around pretty much half naked at the beginning of the game. I've been playing for, I don't know, like a good 40 hours easy during the past week. I had a bunch of free time. Whenever I had free time, I would pretty much invest it in that stupid game and that specific file. And I'm still at the very beginning of the game. I beat the first boss and I'm still trying to go get some copper to build better tools, and I'm probably gonna die and lose them right away, but you know, like, I'm having an amazing time. I love this game. I could play and talk about it forever. Literally. It has controller support. The question is, does it have Steam full controller support thingy or controller? So, okay, it doesn't say anything about the controller. I'm gonna launch it like that and just check if it has full controller. I think it does. I think it does have full controller support, but otherwise I know it works with Steam inputs. I know I already tried, but I just couldn't. Okay, it doesn't have full controller support. It is Steam input related. Okay, cool. Well, that's, I don't need to start it over again with the Steam inputs to verify, but I know it does. Okay. So this game has controller support, but only if you use Steam inputs. Or if you have a Xbox, PlayStation, you know, first party thing, most likely it's going to be compatible. I think the last time I played Valheim with a controller, I tried to very briefly, and I was like, I don't want to play this game with a controller. Not this one. And I think, what I was wrong with that? Well, wow, I lost my ID. I was talking about a controller, but I don't remember. Anyway. Wow, I lost my ID. That happens sometimes, guys. That happens. Okay, so, oh yeah, I already set it to balance, right? It's already set to balance. Now, I forgot episode 49. I remember right after I finished the show, I realized that I forgot to give a winner for that one. I think that's what happened. I think that's the one. 49. All let's say it was Trackmania. Trackmania won that night because it has like the polish of like it's a newer game than the old one, and it really really surprised me of how good it was. Yeah, blew my mind that day. I need to get back to it because I played Forever Nation first. I was like, since it's an older game, right? I'm gonna play it first, like, because graphically and mechanically it might be inferior, right? So I'm gonna play that and enjoy it if I can, and then I'll try to go Trackmania. And now that it's done, I can go to Trackmania. So yeah, at the end of the show, guys, I tried to give a winner. It's gonna be very, very, very hard to give you a winner right now. If there was one game I would recommend from me to you and be like, guys, if you have one of those 5 games to play and you cannot play all 5, you can only play one. My recommendation would be like, depends on what you like. Do you prefer side scrolling? Do you prefer third person? Do you prefer first person view? Depending on your answer, I would say go with 7 Days to Die, Terraria, or Valheim. In a way, I want to give the prize, the trophy tonight. I kind of want to give it to Necesse. And Necesse because it actually hooked me this time. The first time I played it, it didn't hook me. But this time it definitely did. And 7 Days to Die also did. Like, I could say that I had a general feeling that was a bit negative towards 7 Days to Die. I wouldn't say that I liked it before tonight. But when I tried it earlier and I showcased it to you guys, I really digged it. I was like, wow, it feels great. It looks good. It's just like, wow, what an amazing game. I'm missing out. Like, that's the feeling playing it, looking at it and everything. I was like, wow, I'm missing out. So part of me kind of want to give it to this. But in my heart, if I'm being super honest, and if I had, like I said, one game to recommend to you, and I'd be like, okay, if if your budget is limited, if your time is limited, if you're gonna die next week or whatever, and for some reason you have nothing better to do than play games, and yeah, because if you're gonna die next week, maybe you have something better to do than play games. That's my point. But Valheim is my game. It's my current right now in 2025 as I'm recording this as August 28th, 2025. I want to say Valheim is my favorite game. It is my favorite game. It is my best and favorite game of all time. All type and gender confound together. You would expect it would have been something like Destiny 2. I don't know, like a first person. I don't know. But yeah, I think Valheim is my favorite game of all time. It's definitely up there. Yeah, so if it was just tonight, if I've never played these games before, and it would have just been tonight, I think I would have given it 7 Days to Die. It would have been between Necesse and 7 Days to Die. No joke. No joke. Those 2 games really impressed me, really hooked me in a way that I was not expecting, and I'm looking at them with a new perspective. So yeah, I'm really glad I did that. I'm really glad I give them a second chance and showcase them on the show tonight. And like I said at the beginning of the show, and I'm telling you again, from episode 50 to 100 and probably a bit after that, we're gonna really try to focus on doing what we did tonight. Maybe, hopefully, we do it better, faster, because 3 hours and 30 minutes a bit long to me. But then again, maybe that's the time it's going to take to actually cover games that I actually know and I have a lot of things to say about them. So I guess we can kind of expect that to happen. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's 5 games of tonight. Let's see here. Well, I didn't know if there was gonna be even anyone. I have a choice between 2 of my favorite streamers, and since one is way smaller than the other, I'll go with the smaller one. And we're talking about classics, about stuff that is kind of unknown. I just said, like, it's weird that my favorite game of all time is not a first-person view game, right? So I think I'm gonna go there. Yups. /raid. All right. As always, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for watching. Really, truly appreciate it. You have an amazing rest of your day. You take care, and hopefully we see each other pretty soon. I know I was away for like a whole week, and I also said at the beginning of the stream that I might not do this daily like I used to. I might try to slow down the pace a little bit, but hopefully we're gonna see each other pretty soon, like tomorrow or the day after, pretty soon, hopefully. But until then, I'm gonna leave you in the good hands of Eat It Up, who's doing some XN, I think, right? I never played that. I played it a little bit on N64, but not much because the perspective was kind of weird when you looked up and down. It just messed with me. But besides that, the game looked cool. I like Doom game, and this one was like a Doom with like melee combat, like, you know, like more like fantasy, I guess. But yeah, in any cases, guys, life is super short. Make the most out of it, for real. And go out there, be the change you want to see in the world. Nobody else can be that change. And hey, you know, who knows, maybe the reason why we're here is to be that change, that specific change that we want to see in our world. So go out there and be that change. All right, guys, I love you. You take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.